Hello everyone and welcome to Build Up to a Good Game. Kick off 1 hour and 5 minutes away, which means the lineups will be out in 5 minutes. We'll have them as they come through from both West Ham United and Crystal Palace. No Gonzo today. Gonzo is pinballing. He's away to a pinball festival thing. I think it's called a festival. It's a bit geeky. Anyway, it sounds geeky. It probably is geeky. So he's away pinballing. So just myself. And then later on in the show, Charlie will be joining me and then he will carry on from the watch along. So coming up in today's show, we're going to speak quickly about transfers or lack of transfers in Kurt Zouma. We'll be looking at the lineups. Then we'll be doing a little bet giveaway and getting very interactive with the live chat. So you're watching this live, keep giving us your opinions on the West Ham lineup, the Palace lineup, so on and so forth. Get up on the screen. We'll have a little discussion. But yes, Sean, Arsenal are in the mud. It's been a very enjoyable game. City 4-0 up currently against Arsenal. They're just dreadful, aren't they? There's nobody. I'm not even sure. Actually, here's a question for the live chat people before we get the lineups out. Is there anyone in that Arsenal 11 you would take in the West Ham 11? Not would you take at this club, because there's quite a few you would take to the club. But is there anyone out in that Arsenal starting 11 you would want to see start for West Ham today? They're not got that good a team anymore, have they? They've certainly fallen, Arsenal. I fully 100% expect us to finish above them. They're very lucky to finish in the top half, really. It's just bad, isn't it? Yeah, I'll give you Tierney and Curvener said Smith Rowe. I'm not sure I'd take him today. I get that. Saka and Saka only. Yeah, I could see why you take him ahead of Jared Bowen at the minute, but that's about it. Really, it's bad, isn't it? Bad for Arsenal. Anyway, Tierney and Odegaard will be close. They do have some good players. They've got some good young players, but it's a bit like the Crystal Palace one. I think there's similarities between Arsenal and Crystal Palace. I think they've got half a squad of young talent there, but the other half is just average Premier League players. You know, Cedric Suarez is not a good right back for a Premier League team. Lionel in goal is rubbish at the minute. Aubameyang looks like he can't be Arsenal signing his new contract. There's just too much problems at Arsenal. But anyway, this is Sky Sports, so we're not going to focus on them too much. Kurt Zuma still not joined yet, but although it looks like it's going to happen, it's been a bit hokey-cokey, hasn't it? He's 1 minute he's joining, the next minute he's not, and then there's a problem with the knee and stuff. And I'm not that bothered because I think if we were anticipating there being something to do with his knee in the medical, so the medical has shown something to do with his knee. So I don't really see too much of an issue there. We were expecting to see it. As long as there's no surprises, I think that's the main thing. There hasn't been anything. So I do think it will go through the Kurt Zouma thing at the minute. But there's no real rush. There is. There's Tuesday. But as long as he's signed ahead of Tuesday, it makes no difference if he's signed today, tomorrow, Monday, as long as he's done by Tuesday, deadline day. What other signings you hoping for? A striker. I've seen Moyes' comments almost insinuating that there isn't anyone lined up for that striker role, which is a bit concerning because then we are playing with fire again. And I appreciate that it's a difficult position to go and recruit for, but this has been a position that we've known for quite a while. But at the very, very least, since January when we sold Sebastian Haller, as soon as Haller left, we knew we needed a new striker. So it's one of them that I think between manager and board, really, just as a club in general, I think there's no excuses to not get a striker in. I know he says we can't afford them or they're unavailable. Well, I struggle to believe anyone is unavailable. We've just seen Cristiano Ronaldo move to Man United. We've just seen Messi leave Barcelona. This whole unavailable thing doesn't really apply. I don't think there's any football in the world that's unavailable. Mbappe could be away to Real Madrid as well. You know, these guys can move clubs. I'm pretty sure everyone else lower down kind of thing can also move as well. So I don't think there is anything as unavailable as like that. But I do think what Moyes is doing, I think he's hinting that it's not going to be a striker. It's perhaps going to be an attacking midfielder. And then we're going to use that out or Bowen to cover for the striker until we can get another one in about 3 years' time. So Daddy, thanks for the $5. He says, we sold Sebastian Haller 7 months ago. Moyes needs to stop dithering. That and the board, I'm blaming both of them. I'm not blaming one more than the other. I think I think they're both culpable in this one, to be honest with you. Right, just quickly, the lineups will be out in just a second. Tom Bull's asking everybody, this is for everyone. Do you think Zuma and Augie have potential to be one of our best ever centre-back partnerships in the Premier League? I think it's got to be, hasn't it? I think it absolutely has to be. Individually, the two top players. But anyway, right, let's have a little look at the West Ham team then. I'm just running my eye over it. Yeah, it's unchanged. Unsurprising, isn't it? But it's unchanged from the win against Leicester City. Fabianski starts in goal with a back four of Soufal, Craig Dawson, Ogbonna and Aaron Creswell. A midfield pairing of Declan Rice and Thomas Souček with a front four of Antonio, Benrahma, Fornals and Jared Boyd. Picks itself. Absolutely picks itself. But this is a good thing. I don't mind. If we got beat, we'd probably still have an unchanged team because we just don't have that many options. But we have an unchanged team on merit, and I think that's important. I think it's a really good 11 there. There's no surprises. I'll go over my feelings of the game in just a second, but the bench for West Ham: Lanzini, Noble, Coventry, Baptiste, Fredericks, Areola, Yarmolenko, Diop and Ben Johnson. No changes on the bench either for West Ham this afternoon. No surprises. But the Crystal Palace team, let's take a look at that one. Guetta in goal with a back four of Ward, Anderson, Guy, is that how you say his name? The player signed from Chelsea, that one. Mitchell, a midfield three of MacArthur, Kiati and Gallagher with a front three of Zaha, Benteke and Ayew. No surprises there either, essentially. It's a decent enough Crystal Palace team, but that's all, isn't it? It's decent enough. There's no fear factor in there. I think there's a couple of decent players. There's more players in that Crystal Palace team that I'd like to see at West Ham than the one currently playing for Arsenal at the Etihad, which says it all about both clubs, I guess. But yeah, this Palace team, I'd imagine in 6 months, in a year's time, I think Palace would be a different kettle of fish. And when I say different kettle of fish, I don't mean a top team in the Premier League or that, but I think they'll just be a bit more established, players back from injury. There'll be a harder team to play against, and today will be hard. It'll be a bit of a battle at time, but it's hard not to look at both of those teams and just feel a bit confident. I feel really confident at the minute. I think our tactics today are going to have to be different for a third game in a row. I don't think you can face Leicester and Crystal Palace in the same way, but one thing Moyes did show between the first half and the second half at St James's Park was he has a plan B. And then what we've shown from Newcastle to Leicester at home was we have another plan. That's the thing that's impressed me most this season, because work rate, we've always had work rate and stuff like that. We've always done that. But the way we tactically set up against Leicester impressed me the most, because I just thought Moyes done Rodgers over, done a real good number on Brendan Rodgers. It'll be interesting to see how Moyes is going to tweak the team today in order to beat Crystal Palace. But the one thing I like about us is we got goals in this team, but we've also got a variety of goals as well. We can play it through the middle, nice tippy-tappy football. We can play counter-attacking football. If they're fouling us to stop us from counter-attacking, brilliant, because we're good at set pieces as well. There's not really many ways that we can't score this season with that team, and we're hard to stop. We are really going to be hard to keep a clean sheet against this season. But anyway, that Crystal Palace team, like I said, defensively, Ward's going to be in for a tough afternoon up against Saeed Benrahma. He does get forward quite well, Ward, so Benrahma's still going to have to be a bit more alert. I thought he got off with it once or twice against Leicester. Benrahma, I thought he switched off a couple of times and let Pereira go. But swings and roundabouts, because you invite your right back on, just leave room for Saeed Benrahma to get into. They're going to have a hard time keeping a hold of Pablo Fornals in the middle of the pitch. So Kiati and MacArthur, they work hard, but they've not really got much threat on the ball there. And then Zaha back on the left. He was on the right last week against Brentford, back over to the left now with Ayew coming in. That put him up against Soufal, which I think is a mistake from Vieira, actually. I think that if he kept Zaha up against Creswell, I think that would have been an interesting battle defensively. But I think Zaha up against Soufal, expect Vladimir to keep Wilfred quiet out there. The bench for Crystal Palace, Raksaki, whoever he is, Mateta, Kelly, Hamann, Butlin, Schlupp, Ridewald, Street, and Tompkins. James Tompkins is on the bench as well. So it's just an average team. I know it's a bit harsh, but it is an average team. But anyway, in the live chat, keep getting your comments in about what you think of the West Ham team and the Crystal Palace team as well. Mr. Chickster here is saying that Creswell is a weak link defensively. I don't think he is. I think he'll I think he's solid enough. Jordan said Zaha and St. Maximin are much alike. At our best, we'll deal with him. Connor saying 3-0 easy, and Daniela is saying that. It looks like Lingard and Pogba leaving Man U on freeze at the end of the season. Right, I'm going to jump straight over to Bet365. Keep getting your comments in now, though. I'll keep clicking on them in just a minute. But we're going to compile a little bet. And if this bet wins, I'm going to give someone the money. So West Ham to win, that's going straight in there because I fancy us today. But also, let me just see if I can get a little bit fancy here. West Ham to score a goal in the second half. We are going to be a second half team this season a lot, I think. Our fitness works are good, but also as games tend to go on, they tend to get a bit more expansive, a bit more open. I think that'll suit us down to the ground completely. I think we will relish teams that come out against us a little bit, as we saw against Leicester in the first half. You know, they would have the ball, had the ball, we'd wait. As soon as we got it, 3-4 passes, we're at the edge of their box looking for a shot, and I like that. That's impressive stuff to me. Right, we're going to do some corners for West Ham as well. So West Ham in the match we'll go for over 4 corners. We'll go for over 4 corners. At least 5 corners for West Ham. We need a player to get booked. Who's getting booked? In the live chat, who's getting booked today? Who's getting booked for today? Whether it's a West Ham player or a Crystal Palace player, put it in and I'll have a little look. So we're gonna have to put something in to juice these odds up. Right, Michael Antonio to score a goal as well. So we need someone to get booked. I'll wait till you guys put it in, and then we will pick someone. Totti says that Soufal will have Zaha in his pocket all match. He usually does. Sean said he wants to see Areola and goal. He gets 5 Fabianski's and dropped for no reason. You'll just have to wait a little bit, I think. Then you're going to have to wait till your first cup game. The League Cup game against Man U, won't it? I mean, that was a tough draw, weren't it? Man United in the League Cup. I don't think we'll pay too much attention to the cups this season, the domestic ones, that is, because we've got the Europa League. So Toby's going to have to watch the game on his phone on the table because he's at a bloody wedding. Toby, just enjoy the wedding. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Sam is a first-time listener, loves the show, thinks we're going to win 2-1. Thanks, Sam. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already before you disappear and watch the game. Ethan says Areola will get his chances. I agree. There's nothing to see here, kind of thing. Right, let's see who everybody's saying to get booked. Kiate, Dawson, Soufal, Souček, Ward. That's who I was going for, Jordan. I was edging towards him. There's a couple of other Wards in there as well. Fornals, Kiate, Dawson as well. Fornals. I think it's between Fornals and Ward. Fornals or Ward right. I'm going Ward. Everyone else is going Ward as well. Bugger it. I'm going Ward. It's confirmation bias, as Gonzo calls it. But I don't really care. That'll do. 18-1. Right, okay. So £95. We'll round up. £100 if this wins. West Ham to win the game. West Ham to score a goal in the second half. West Ham to get at least 5 corners. Michael Antonio to score and Joe Ward to get booked. £100 cash. I don't know. Norman Gonzo is here to do the phrases, isn't he? Okay, the live chat. In the live chat, put the following phrase. Ward off City title challenge. Yes. Ward off City title challenge. Put that into the live chat and you're entered. And if it wins, I'll give someone £100 cash this evening. £100 cash, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Johnny says that we are going to hammer Palace today. I have to agree. Completely agree with that. I'm feeling very, very confident because why wouldn't you have to score 8 goals in your first 2 games? It's difficult to not feel confident for this one. We need to get Antonio. He's going back to the West Ham starting 11. We could get Antonio some more service again today. I think the last 2 games were really giving him chances, and his goals, all 3 of his goals so far have been what I would call striker goals. Often, sometimes this thing gets attributed to him. It's like, oh, he's not a proper striker, and like I said, I agree. Sometimes he doesn't, but his finishing's improved a hell of a lot recently. And if I was to show you Antonio's 3 goals and tell you it was Jamie Vardy finishing them, you wouldn't disagree with me. You would say, yeah, that fine. I agree with that. Ben Rama's also got keeping his run in the side, and I think it's fair to expect that the next game we have, Manchester United, no, it's not. Southampton away, isn't it? Our next game, Southampton away, that we'd have at least one more attacking option in the squad. So let's just assume it was Jesse Lingard, for example. There's a bit of pressure on the boys today. I think they will obviously keep their spot for it. But at the minute, they don't really have anyone on the bench breathing down their neck to get into the starting 11, do they? Lanzini, Yarmolenko, decent players, but they're not going to dislodge Bowen Fornals or Saeed Benrahma. It's going to take a poor performance, probably more than one poor performance for them to get dropped. Simple as that. But I think if we had Jesse Lingard on the bench, you have one poor game, you're out the team for the next game kind of thing. So I think they need to still have a really good game. They've also been very good for 180 minutes so far this season, but they need to have a third good game here. So if Jesse Lingard or someone else does arrive before the Southampton game, he starts on the bench. And I think that would sort of be a massive indication of progress, actually, of the three players individually, that they were able to put Jesse Lingard on the bench. That has to be the aim, and I think they'll do it today. I think today will be a good game as well. Right, let's take some comments. Anyone, keep your comments coming in. What is your thoughts on the West Ham lineup, the Crystal Palace lineup? How you think today is going to go? How you're feeling? Which Tommy says, I just hope we play with the same intensity against Crystal Palace as we did against Leicester City. The fears get complacent. I don't think we will, Tommy. I don't think we will get complacent. That's not really something that we've had under David Moyes, to be fair to him. He doesn't really allow complacency, does he? Will says, fancy Bowen to score today, played really well last two games. Completely agree. I think he's had a big part, a big sort of say in the way the games have gone and stuff, and he's been unfortunate not to statistically have more things attributed to his name, if that makes sense. Fraser saying the same thing. He thinks Jared Bowen can have a big game. He's been a bit quiet, but expected a few shots from him today. He's up against Mitchell, who is a decent young left back, but that's what he is. He's a young left back, and I think we've got to see Jared Bowen start to take advantage of these players. I think last season he had a good season, but that was it. He wasn't excellent. He wasn't Mohamed of the Year contender or anything like that. And I think he could have been better last season, Jared Bowen. Now, he started this season very well, but for him to almost take the next step up in terms of level of performance from West Ham, it would be to see him take advantage of coming up against players like Mitchell, where you just turn them inside out, you give them a tough afternoon, and Mitchell will then learn from that. But Jared Bowen's possibly up against, well, he's definitely up against Crystal Palace, most inexperienced player today, and that's got to show at times. That we've got to make that, see that. Mickey says he's the most frustrating player, does amazing things and does such stupid things. You have to love Michail Antonio. That's very much Michail Antonio in a nutshell, really. Jeffrey says that Dawson or Oggy to score from a set piece today. We've been close. He's been close. I think he's had 7 shots this season. Craig Dawson, I think, in these 2 games so far, has had 7 shots, which is just ridiculous, really. They just keep getting blocked by defenders, that's all. Tom Bull says Fornals could be key. He thought he was fantastic against Leicester. The one difference between Crystal Palace and Leicester is they've got that extra man in the centre of midfield, haven't they? Leicester had Maddison deployed slightly further forward, whereas Leicester have got McArthur, Kiati and Gallagher in there as well. They're probably a bit more defensively minded, 2 of those midfielders. I think Gallagher would be it'd be interesting to see Gallagher. I would have loved to have seen him at West Ham this season, actually. I'm a big fan of Conor Gallagher. He's got a really good engine on him, gets about the pitch. It's a bit raw, commits far too much fouls and stuff, but really, really, really good, talented player. Irish Tommy says that Antonio's really improved as a striker, but he's still poor at heading, and he needs to work on that. It's hard to disagree. I mean, he certainly should have scored that header on Monday. I know it was got attributed to a really good save by Schmeichel, but it's possible to be a good save and a poor finish by Antonio, which I thought it was. It was a free header, and he just sort of put it down the throat of the goal, really, didn't he? I think it's difficult because his heading used to be his main thing, didn't it, Michail Antonio? You just get the ball and cross it to the back post, and then Antonio would be coming in to bang home a header kind of thing. I've never really thought if his heading's good or not, but now you made me think about it. I'm starting to sort of almost agree with you about him being poor at heading. Tony says it's a shame that Ayu's in starting lineup for Palace. He somehow seems to perform and score against us. Still another 4-1. He does solo goal against us last time, wasn't it? He danced around 3 or 4 of our defenders. Scott saying that Benrahma will get a goal. Steve says he would start Diop in front of Dawson for this one. I think the funny thing is I should be inclined to agree with you for obvious reasons about Dawson, but I don't know. I think Dawson should be okay with this one with Benteke, big physical striker. Zaha should be up against Soufal rather than Craig Dawson. So for this one, I think he's made the right thing with Dawson ahead of Diop, but I can understand why you might want to see Diop. Ralph doesn't trust Diop though. Glancing at Arsenal, bottom of the league. And Charlie saying is Vlasic still likely to join us? I don't know. I've seen a lot of those rumours, but I think that's all it is so far because he was on the bench for them. I know he should probably have started, but he was on the bench for them the other day. But we'll wait and see. I don't. The sort of transfer market. Obviously, Zuma's pretty much a done deal kind of thing. But the rest of it, the rest of the West Ham's transfer budget, if there is anything, remains to be seen kind of thing. I think we can all expect an attacking player to come in, whether that's an attacking midfielder or like Vlasic or an out-and-out striker, remains to be seen. But I do think we'll get someone in before Tuesday night's deadline. Stevie C said, if you were neutral, would you class us as home banker? 100%, even as a non-neutral like I am. I definitely think, I'd be shocked if we don't win today. We don't win. It's definitely like a missed opportunity, really, because will it define the season? No. Is that a disaster? No, of course it's not. But I think to get the win today, to go into the international break, 3 wins out of 3, I think it'd be superb. I think the confidence would be buzzing. The morale around the squad looks really good at the minute. A win today would just improve that. You know, the atmosphere Monday night was rocking. The atmosphere again today will be good, especially if we keep winning. Because as long as if you keep winning, every time people go to the stadium for the next game, they're already in a good mood. They're already buzzing for it. The atmosphere is good before the game's even kicked off, kind of thing. And it could have a massive impact on West Ham. So yeah, today's a good opportunity. Anyway, we heard it here first. For those that don't know, if you want, chuck in a comment and say you heard it here first. And GoPro, yeah, he's certainly doing that. He says that second week running, our opponents get a red card. You heard it here first. 3 Hammers, I assume it's Luke. It just says that. Looking forward to seeing a different style. Expect us to enjoy more possession and take the game to Palace. Hope you're well. Luke. Thanks, Luke. Yes. I say well. I'm getting better. But I'm looking forward to it as well because, like you said, it is going to be a different West Ham. It's a different test for us. They're not really like Newcastle. They're not really like Leicester City, Crystal Palace. So it's a completely different opposition for us. And we're going to need new tactics. And I'm looking forward to it, actually. I'm looking forward to seeing what David Moyes has in plan in order to combat Crystal Palace's sort of threat, if you like. But I'm quite confident. Alan says, Lanzini's score off the bench today. You heard it here first. And Hammer Down Under says that Antonio's going to score with his arse. Like his first goal for us against Southampton as well. Ray says first manager to be sacked this season. It's got to be Arteta, hasn't it? He can't do this. 130 million. And they've got worse. You can't. I don't know. It's difficult. I think you sort of need to give Arteta time, really. But what are you giving him time for? To try and finish 10th? I don't know. I think they've made a mistake giving him so much money to spend, kind of thing, because what we saw with David Moyes and Pellegrini, haven't we? You save up your money a little bit, you go for one big spree, you better get it right, because if not, the next manager comes in and has no money because you backed the wrong guy, and you spend your time trying to get rid of his players. So I think that's the problem we've got here. Steve says that Declan Rice to score or assist. I'll tell you what, I've done a little I've done a little speculative punt on Sky Bet. On Sky Bet, it's 40-1 for Declan Rice to have 2 shots on target from outside the box, and I've done that because I think we could end up being restricted to long shots to some extent to this game. I don't know how defensive they will be. And I've seen a lot of people saying they're going to Palace will sit in and stuff, and I'm not 100% sure they are that defensive. But like I said in the preview, I hold my hands up. I've not watched 90 minutes of Crystal Palace this season yet. I'm looking forward to it. But certainly from his time in France, Vieira liked a possession-based game, a bit of a slow build-up. And if that happens, that allows us... The one thing I want to see us most today is to continue our high press. Against Leicester, we pushed high, we pressed with intensity as well. We moved as a team. We forced mistakes out of Leicester's back forward. And I know you don't want to get an opponent sent off, and we didn't really. We didn't. There was no diving from Fornals or overreacting or anything like that. But what the red card actually done was it overshadowed the fact that Kasper Schmeichel got the ball. We pressed and we forced him to kick it, and he did a really stupid long pass to Perez in the first place. But what it also doesn't show you is that Creswell was right behind Perez the whole time. As soon as Perez touches it, bam, there's Creswell. And I just thought the play was fantastic, and it ended up leading to a red card. Like I said, your aim isn't to get an opponent sent off. But I think actually the play from West Ham in the build-up to that red card should be applauded, because it was energetic, it was intense, it was the high press, and it ended up getting Leicester down to 10 men. I think the play was absolutely brilliant. Anyway, right, let's go back to the live chat as well. Massive thank you to Mr. Mourinho, of course, saying that this is a good fan channel. Thank you. We do our best here. That's all we can do. Irish Tommy says, Fornals will score a header. Okay, that I've definitely heard here first. I'm not seeing anyone else say that. I'll say that. I'll give you that one. Glenn said the Football Monday was great to watch. Pressing high, Fornals goal, beautiful team goal. I agree with that, and I hope that we continue that today, because if Vieira does insist on possession-based football at Crystal Palace, they won't be used to it yet. If you look at that Crystal Palace team, I remember most of it, but Zaha will be comfortable with the passing game and stuff. But I'll tell you something, Cheku Kiati won't be. I used to not hate Kiati at West Ham. I really didn't like him that much, because I often found that he didn't want the ball. But he didn't want the ball enough. If you watch Cheku Kiati today, if you're like watching the game and the ball's getting knocked around and you're a bit bored or something, if Crystal Palace have got the ball, just watch it. I bet you Cheku Kiati stands next to Pablo Fornals. He will just stand next to him because he doesn't want the ball. He just stands there. It's like, well, I'd rather not have it. And if you do give it to him, he just gives it straight back to you, kind of thing. Anyway, I'm just not his biggest fan today, but today there's a big opportunity for us. A lot of people predicting, Webley's predicting Soufal to score. A lot of people predicting a Declan Rice goal today as well. A lot of people. Get another favourable VAR decision after the pen at turn and red card Monday. We have had a couple of favourable VARs. I mean, we had the equaliser, the first equaliser at Newcastle as well, didn't we? Creswell's one that might have been sort of chalked off for offside as well, didn't we? So yeah, we've had a few VARs going our direction. Ben Ramach to have a header shot on target 33-1. That's big odds, that. Big odds. Did he? Maybe it's pre-season. I thought he had a couple of headers on target. I don't know. Anyway, right, score predictions. Get your score predictions into the live chat. Charlie will be live in 5-10 minutes. Charlie will be coming up live to take over from me, and he'll be doing the watch-along during the game as well. So if you don't have a stream or you want to listen to a West Ham commentary, then you can do with Charlie here on the channel. Make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe while you're here as well. It'll be much appreciated. Ollie's saying 3-1, Sean's 4-0, 43%. It's 2-0, 4-1, Irish Tommy 2-0. Kyle's saying Bourne 1-0. I'll take it, Kyle. Jordan is saying 3-0. Totti 3-1. Jan is 3-1. Nervy 4-3. All right. Mr. Lamy 5-1, 4-1. Paul said if we can keep the front players quiet, I think we'll get 3 or 4 goals and win well. The Pixel is saying 3-1, 3-1, 3-0, 3-1. Everybody's 3-1's by far the most popular score today being predicted in the old live chat. There's a lot of 3-0s and 3-1s coming in now, but yeah, 3-1 is the most popular one. I'm going to stick with 3-0 West Ham. I think it might be, do you know something? Hughes might heard it here first. I'm going to say half-time, 0-0, full-time, 3-0 West Ham. I think, I don't know, I've just got a feeling that in the second half this season, I think in the second half of games, we're going to start to really turn up the heat on a lot of clubs. What have we done? We've done 2 goals in the first half. We were 1 at Newcastle, 1 against Leicester. And in the second half, in both games, we scored 3. So far, it's scored 6 goals in the second half of Premier League football. Fantastic. That I really like it. I almost prefer to score, but in the second half of games than the first half, if that makes sense. Joel asking how we're watching the game. Charlie, I have the information for you, my friend. Charlie will come along in 5 minutes, and he will tell you where you can find links to watch the game if you so wish. 2-1 from Paul Jones saying Vice to score as well. Jeffrey saying IU is their danger man. A lot of people, everyone's feeling confident, and I like it. This is good. This West Ham's sort of thing. Anyway, right, yes, so Charlie gets ready to come out. Seeing the Europa League fixtures are out now as well. Our first home game in European football on the 30th of September. I'm looking forward to it, actually. I'm really looking forward to that one. It's been a long time coming, European football, hasn't it? So I'm looking forward to getting to the London Stadium and watching the some European football. Bertie, bring on Coventry, but not Noble. That would be something that would be nice if we were comfortable, but we have to be comfortable. I mean, 3 goals is comfy for me. It would be nice to get likes of Connor Coventry on, or maybe Yamal Baptiste or something for 10, 15 minutes and just get them into the game, get them, because they'd get a massive applause. You know, could you imagine bringing on Connor Coventry or Yamal Baptiste today if we were winning 2-3-0? Their home fans would really take to them as well and really encourage them and help them through the game. And I always imagine as a youngster, it must be easier to come on in games at home in front of your own fans than it would be when you're away, kind of thing. Because it must be quite intimidating, to be fair. I don't know when I'm going to do my wall, to be honest with you. I'll get around to it one day. I've got a bit of furniture next to me now. I've got a bit of furniture, so I'm getting there. But I'll do maybe by next season. I'm not expecting anything to happen anytime soon. Scott, I'm buzzing, actually. I've seen that. Pablo Fornals in the Spanish squad. I'm absolutely buzzing for him. But this is what he deserves. But also it shows people, any upcoming young player over in Spain that we might be looking at, says, don't worry, go to West Ham. You will still be in Enrique's thoughts. You can still get into Enrique's squad in the Spanish squad as well. So I think it's positive for Pablo Fornals. I think it's deserved for Pablo Fornals. I think it's good for West Ham as well to have Pablo Fornals in the Spanish squad. And does it impact his value? I would say so. I mean, I'd imagine one of the 2 of the bigger Spanish clubs are probably looking at him now, thinking, well, he's obviously doing all right in the Premier League. You've now got a Spanish international in your hands. He's got to add a few quid onto his transfer market. Anyway, before I disappear, let's just get him in with me now, just to say a quick hello to the man who's hosting your watch along this afternoon, Mr. Charlie Walsh. Charlie, how you doing? Can't hear you. You're on mute. Oh, this is... I think he said, I hate the live chat. I hate all of them. Every single one of them in that live chat. I hate them. I think he said that, but I could be wrong. Alan saying, do you think Ronaldo's move helps or hinders? It's got to help. I know Jess is excited about Ronaldo going back. Of course he is. You know, he's a Man United fan. It's possible for Jesse Lingard to be buzzing as a Man United fan and a potential teammate, but also gutted as a Man United player that might not go into the team. I think it's possible to be both, really.
How about now?
Yay! We have audio.
Hello.
Story. How are you feeling?
It's the game's not being shown to you. I don't know if you knew this, but I figured it out. By figured it out, I mean ask the Patreon group chat, which you can be a part of, patreon.com/chat 2 minutes ago. So this is going to be a fun challenge. If you want to see a mess, everyone, because you can't watch a game and you want to just vibe it, come get along, because I have no clue what's going to happen.
There is some overseas streams going on. I've seen some channels that is on.
Oh, there will be. It's just a case of finding them, and then they break, and then you have to reach it. You know what? It's like.
Are you expecting a win today, Mr. Walsh? Yeah, I'm good. I'm getting better. I have like some energy now, which is better than no energy as it previously was for the last few days. But yeah,
you no longer sound like Sean Dyche, which is good. That's the positive here.
It helps. But my energy levels are small. I did the shopping early and got back and was like, let's be done for the day. 9 a.m. and I'm ready for bed. So yeah, but yeah, it's not good. But apart from that, things are not too bad. But anyway, I'm going to disappear and get ready for the game, Mr. Walsh.
Okay,
and I'll pop on at half time to let you go to the toilet.
I appreciate it.
See you at half time.
Thank you, Gio, and thank you, Stuart Morris Accountants. They do accountancy, people. They're based in Ilford. West Ham fan hooked us up with them, and that's why they sponsor us. That's why they give us their time and attention, which I'm very much appreciate. You need personal, you need business. They got you, bruv. They are lethal when it comes to like accountancy and adding up. So Stuart Morris Accountants, thank you very much. And hello, everyone. How are we all? I'm very stressed. I'm very stressed because I don't know exactly where I'm going to watch the game. Paul, I may do. But hey, usually the Discord, link in the description below, as you can see, usually has links to the game. So worst comes to worst, everyone go join the Discord. You know what I mean? We may be able to have a gander there. But how are we all? I hope you're well. Hope everyone's well. Hope we're all excited for another potential win. I can't lie. I'm sort of vibing a win right now. Usually I'm a little bit more cautious. Usually I'm a little bit more, tippy-toey. But today, and I had this on in the background, and I saw a lot of your score predictions. I feel like we're all actually we're all good. We're all vibing it. I don't know. We'll see. Woody Allen, hello, good to see you. First time I need one of your links, Charlie. Well, link in the description below, have a chat, Discord, and then we'll see. We'll probably talk about it more when the game's actually going. Pocky Punk, I've just missed your name, but bus driving ninja, sacked in the morning. Arteta sacked in the morning. It's a thing. Pocky Punk, Sack, good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope things are all good. Who else is here? Carrie K, hi guys. Shiny G, hi Charlie. Good to see you, Shiny G. Hope you're all well. Right, everyone, where are we watching from today? Where are we watching from? I'm watching from North London. It's got a vibe at the moment, I would say, weather-wise. How are we all watching it from? Where are we all watching it? What's the vibe in your area? Let me know. So I change everything in the background that I need changing. Golf Pro, good to see you. Hope you're well. Doug, hello. Lads, where are we watching the match? Ask Matthew, link in the description below for Discord. Have a grand old time. Like they say in accounting, it comes in, credit is what goes out. Exactly. And I'm passing the credit out to all. You know what I mean? Today's stream is being brought to you by whichever link I can find. I mean, I live in America and I'm watching on Peacock is what I should be saying. Yes. Peacock. Somerset, shout out to the ends. Lisbon, yeah. San Antonio, Texas, Perth, West Australia, Newbury, the sofa in it. I wish I was sitting that. I like this chair, but it's not the most common. University UK, Belfast, Yorkshire, Newbury, lovely little Sherburn in Elmer. Don't even know. I've never seen that collection of words together before. Love that. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, I believe, or Southern California, USA. It must be South Carolina. But isn't Carolina landlocked? I might be wrong. I'm an idiot, is what I'm saying. I'm an idiot. Newbury, again, Darth Vader just wants the people to know. I saw your joke earlier, by the way, Vader. The Fornals off the Tottenham or whatever it was. I can't remember exactly how he did it, but I was here for it. Grenville, North Carolina, US, motherfucking A. Jeffrey, good to see you. I hope you're well. Hope it's all good over there. Australia, Barcelona, sunny Devon, Winnipeg, Canada. Hopefully Harry will be able to help you out in a bit. I hope, because I also am going to need it. Ben Rama, fire emojis. Yes. Newbury, Liverpool, not a native. Ooh, shiny G. How is Liverpool? I haven't spoken to Ray today, so I don't know what the vibe is up there today. Watching from Mars. Yeah, some 5G, 6G nonsense. Love that. Right, carrying on. Stratford. He knows. Newbury. Florida, sneaking it up. Works as Chris. Big plays. I respect that. From Guildford. I wish I could be there today. Let my sister use my season ticket. Well, helping the fam out. And Guildford. It's lovely this time of year. So, Dorset, Cape Town, Denmark, Golden, Colorado. Is Gio going to the game? Or is it? No, he is not. He's going to his sofa. He's not going to the game. He'll be going to his sofa. Mike, I'm fine, thank you, my friend. How are you? I hope things are all good at your end. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Always good to see Mike. One man. One man. The amount of times, Mike, by the way, it's a brief side note. The amount of times, Mike, people go, like, I'll be talking to someone, and they'll go, what happened to Mike on Monday? I want Mike on Monday back. Honestly, it's frequent. It's frequent. The cult hero of West Ham YouTube, Mike Minero. Dublin, Midlothian, Essex, New Orleans, Belfast, Adelaide, late night in Adelaide, according to Nick. I can't do maths, but I believe you. El Dorado, Springs, Missouri, like Uncharted 1. Ukraine, near Leeds. Where is Alan Pardew? Oh, well, listen, he might be talking to him now. He might be on the phone to the board, the Spotify guy, planning his takeover. Like, we're going to bring you in. It's busy man probably today. Virginia, Dorset, Midlothian, the YMCA in Townsend, Maryland. Townsend, Maryland. Is there a place called Townsend? Oh, I mean, I don't know Maryland that well. A lot of the time I know small random towns out of nowhere, but that one lost me. Welcome all. I'm going to be looking at you should, mate. You should. Watching from work in a very quiet estate agency office. Yeah, I don't know what. I guess Saturdays is probably quite busy for estate agents, right? I don't know. So we are 21 minutes away from kickoff. 21 people. 21 minutes away from kickoff, 21 minutes away from playing the game of has Charlie got a stream yet or not. These are the things. Yeah. Anyway, I just got excited. Thailand as well. See, look, Dave wants it back. Prof, the people, they want it. They are, aren't they? They're on the right. And then you have the coast. Oh, I'm an idiot. Ignore me, sir. Ignore me. So, given that we are 21 minutes away from kickoff, I want your confidence levels from a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being not confident at all of a result for West Ham United. 10 being you are so sure you would bet your house on it if you have a house. If you're anyone under the age of, I don't know, like 40, you probably can't afford one. It's the way life is. But you would bet your house on it. What are we vibing? How's the levels at? I'm pretty flipping confident today. We're looking at the teams. I'll run through them now while we get those in. Fabianski, Kufal, Dawson, Ogbonna, Cresswell, Rice, Souček, Bowen, Ben Rama, Fornals, Antonio. Unchanged, to be fair. We haven't signed anyone, so who's going to actually move into that lineup? I don't know. But it is unchanged once more. Whereas Crystal Palace lineup with Gaeta, Ward, I can never pronounce, Anderson, Mitchell, Kiarte, MacArthur, Gallagher, Ayew, Benteke, Zaha, and a 4-3-3. I'm very confident. I can't lie. I'm not usually so confident. I'm not usually going into this with so much energy. Like last game out, I was like, yeah, I'm confident actually. And I predicted 4-2, half for the Bants, but half because that's how confident I was. Whereas today, it's a different vibe, isn't it? Different vibe. I just think it's a thing. Do you know what I'm going to do this, right? Just before we get to that. I'm going to make it like that, way people just more likely to see it. In fact, should we change the color as well? Let's go wild, people. Let's go wild. Let's get we'll find yeah, that's kind of what if we just go white? Hello everyone to Charlie changes colors. Trying to look for what's a color that will stand out that people see. Red. Red is that color. We'll stick with that for now. We may change it. Let's have a look. I'm scrolling up to the top of the numbers. Oh, I'm seeing some high numbers, people. I'm seeing some high numbers. Greetings from Orlando, Florida. Simon, good to see you. Hope you are. Right, what have we got? I win 500 quid if West Ham wins. Leo, I wish you the best of luck, my friend. I want us to win now, just specifically for you. 10, 10, 5, 9, just a very large number. I'm not even going to count those zeros. There's a lot of them. 9, 7. It's going to take a 4-goal win today for us to stay top. Wow. Light work on a Saturday. Easy stuff. Harry's doubling down on his 5, 10, 10, 10, 5, 7.5, 10, 12. Moisey, confident in himself. 9, 10, 10, 8. I'm amazed people remember it, bro. Honestly, genuinely, it's wild. It's wild. The people, they loved it, man. They loved it. 10, 10. 6 is West Ham in it. I mean, that's fair. Hammers down. I think that's fair. At the same time, I just feel like we've got something going on right now, and it's the same lineup. And I think Gio brought this up in the just gonna keep doing that in the pre-show, but the idea of we've seen different styles of play with this starting 11. So even though we have the exact same starting 11 we usually have, and we have had for 2 games, we actually can change up. We actually can afford to move things around and do bits and pieces. It's not a case of, we can only play this one style of football with this, which is what we have been for a while. I'm not gonna act like we haven't been. Most people know that. Rob, good to see you, my friend. I hope you're well. I'm not gonna act like we haven't been like that. That would have been one of my main criticisms last season, is that we played very, very similarly non-stop no matter who we were facing. Whereas with this specific lineup we have shown that we can change things up from time to time if we need to. We've shown that if, without changing the 11, we can change the style, we can change the tact, we can change the movement forward, right? And that's what's most exciting. Today, I feel like we'll probably start in a similar way. We will start in other games, and we have started in other games, right? But if it's not happening by halftime, I do suspect David Moyes will be able to change something up. Be it whether it is a sub, and I can see Kleck asking for the subs. They are Areola, Baptiste, Fredericks, Diop, Johnson, Coventry, Noble, Lanzini, Yarmolenko. Completely unchanged squad from the first 2 games. So whether it is bringing on one of those people, or without even having to bring on one of those people, is what I should say, we can change it up. We can take a different tact. We can take it to them. We can move in a positive direction. And that's one of the things that I think is most exciting about this. And that's what fills me with confidence. So when I'm seeing all of these high numbers, the 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, I am just as confident to an extent. Because I feel like we can make those moves. We can, if we need to, step forward and change something up if we need to. Crystal Palace, I don't know how many goals they have in them, right? I haven't seen them under Vieira. I did watch Vieira elsewhere when he was in France, but I haven't seen Crystal Palace under Vieira. I'm excited to see that if I actually can today. But at the same time, I don't think they've got a huge amount of goals in them, and that's no disrespect to them. You look at that lineup and you're saying, well, obviously Ayew gets goals. Obviously Zaha gets less goals than you think he does, but he can score. Benteke can score, but really, we've scored 4 in 2 separate games. In preseason, we were scoring a lot. It's not even like in preseason it was slightly different. It's not even like, oh, it's just these 2 games were freak results. No, it's following the trend of preseason. And so at that stage, you have to ask yourself, are Crystal Palace able, if Crystal Palace are to score, which I'm not going to say they're not going to score, I reckon they could get a goal. Will we outscore them? Yes. can. Jordan, there's a big thing right here. I don't know if you can see it. Looking for a stream, check the Discord below. It is not being shown in the UK today. If you're in America, it's being shown on Peacock, but it's not being shown in the UK today due to, it being a 3 o'clock kickoff and stuff. Things I'd completely forgotten about until I asked the Hammers Chat Patreon Discord. Hey, patreon.com/Hammers Chat if you want to get involved. Link in the description below. I will say earlier in the month. Do it at the beginning of the month. Don't do it now. Do it at the beginning of the month because you get charged when you join. You get charged at the beginning of the month. You don't want to get charged twice. So do it at the beginning of the month. It's you're saving yourself money. You're saving yourself money. And hey, if you're new around here, subscribe. Thank you very much for coming. Like the video. I do watch alongs every single game. Today is going to be stress. It's going to be a struggle for me. So I appreciate you coming. We literally do watch alongs. I think I've missed one game, and that was because work was in the way. Outside of that, I've done every single game, all of them, and we always do them. And we just sit, we come here and we have a grand old time. So come get involved, subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. Last week, man, we got up to 300 and something likes. It was mad. It was mad. The numbers were huge, and I appreciate you all for that because I looked at it and I got a bit hyped. I'm not going to act like I didn't. It is not on BT or Sky Sports. Austin Sears. Sorry, this was my problem. It was not in. It's not on there. So I just wasn't there. It's just not there. You know what I mean? Just not there. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It is what it is. Right. Good. I'm glad someone does because I don't today. I ate them all. Right. That's an issue I have. What I do have is we've got grapes. That's where Charlie's going to be at today. But I don't have oranges because I've eaten them all, which is just terrible for me. I won't have them until tomorrow. Which is disgraceful for me. Disgraceful for me. For the subversive and the peasants. Listen, mate. Listen, I am probably both. I was not said, Scott. Definitely was not said. Will never be said. It's just not happening. Just not happening. Ever. For your sake more than mine. I mean, it's also for my sake, but it's definitely for your sake. I mean, that's totally fair. Hands down on that. I back that wholeheartedly. Also, like, I can see the live number of people who are in here. Right? I try not to look at it, but I do like when I said there were no oranges, the number did genuinely go down. It did genuinely go down. What can you do? Harley says, Odebeku, we're like up top and he wants out. Do you think Moyes doesn't trust him? Maybe. What's everyone's thoughts on Odebeku? Let's ask that. Let's get a chat's opinion on this. Odebeku, do you think? What do you think the reason? What do you think the reason for his exclusion is? Because we obviously don't even have a striker on the bench. We have someone who can play up front on the bench in Yarmolenko, but we don't have a striker on the bench, and he exists. What's everyone's opinions on that? While we get that, thank you, Mike. He doesn't do stuff behind the channel, basically. It's a long story. Yeah, it's a long story. Yeah. So for me, right? For me, with Odebeku, I personally feel like look, I was never super hyped on him. Like, because when you see someone scoring goals in the under 21s, you have to, or the under 23s, I guess, you have to ask yourself how they're scoring the goals. Because the step up from a youth football to Premier League football is huge. It's cavernous. But at the same time, and it's something Mike's just brought on, you have to ask how they're playing and how they're getting their goals. Meepo, to me, from what I've seen and from everything, and whenever people say they go and watch more games or they see more games of him, I always ask how he plays. He doesn't seem to fit that style of, like, there's a reason why Moyes is playing a winger up front. You know, we have the movement, he has the back and forth, he has the energy, the pressing, all of that stuff. That's not Meepo's game. Meepo's more of a poacher type player, right? He's going to get into good positions, he's going to score. That's all he's going to do. He's not about counter-attacking as such. He's not about counter-pressing as such. He's more about getting the ball in a position and scoring a goal. That's kind of it. And so when we ask why isn't he Why is he not in the 11? Or sorry, why is he not in the squad? I don't know. That I think is foolhardy. I think he should be, because I just think you want someone who's going to get goals on your bench, and it's not like we don't have that. You know, you're looking at our bench. We have Lanzini and Yarmolenko. Both are capable of scoring. Yarmolenko can play up front, but if you're wanting to significantly change things, maybe Odebeku would be a shout. However, if he doesn't fit the style, then bringing him on may just be detrimental in the first place. You know, we talk about for example, his game at Manchester United, and good to see you, Duvet Dancer. I certainly, and Harry, good to see you both. I don't think that he. Everyone says he had a bad game and all this other stuff. I don't think he did. I think he was sort of thrown to the wolves, but that's because he didn't fit the style. So he was put in a position and sort of asked to do something he doesn't do, and then it's a problem when it gets to the stage where, what are you going to do after that? That's kind of where I think he's been. I don't think it was fair of Moyes the way he did that, and then to sub him back off, I think was doubly unfair. So it's a struggle. It's certainly a struggle. But I don't think it's. We'll see. Hopefully, he gets his chances. Hopefully, he gets his chances in the League Cup or something. Because, although given who he drew, maybe not. But because he needs to prove something. He's got that bit to prove. You know what I mean? He needs to come off for 10, 15 minutes when 2 goals up, so he can play without pressure. Doug, I agree with you. I strongly agree with you there. Thank you very much, GoPro. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. Just give it an absolute walloping. You know what I mean? Give it a walloping. Teletubbies say, shout out to the Teletubbies. Do you know what I mean? Big plays from the Tubbies. Don't know how I feel about that. 8 minutes away from kickoff. 7 and a bit minutes away from kickoff. And here's the question I need to ask you now. And it's sub bingo, ladies and gentlemen. Sub bingo, of course, is the time where we guess what minute David Moyes will make his first substitution. I'm going to say 69 minutes. Let's bring the bench up if you need to see it. I'm saying 69 minutes. I'm going again, Noble for Ben Rama. Noble for Ben Rama worked last time, but the minute was off. So what minute will David Moyes make his first substitution? It's sub bingo, ladies and gentlemen. Louis Sanders says, can you say hi, Louis? Hi, Louis. You all right, mate? Hope you're well. If you're new around here, subscribe, like button, all that good stuff. But I hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're well. Sub bingo, ladies and gentlemen. What are we saying? Meepo needs a loan to the Championship and some time in the weight room. Championship again, yeah, I think would be big for him. I don't understand why he's not being loaned out already. I don't know if he doesn't want to go out on loan, maybe. I don't know. But for me, I don't understand why he's not already out on loan. Because to be honest with you, if you're not getting chances here and people would take you, which I think they would for Meepo or Beku, you take that opportunity. You go and have a gander, you know what I mean? Are you streaming the game on here? No. As you can see, looking for a stream, check the Discord below. I feel like I should change the wording of that or something just to make it more visible, because the amount of times I answer the question when it's literally on the screen. I don't know. I don't know. 78, 63, 76. I don't see Armstrong or Flex. So would I, Jeffrey. He's the one I'm looking at more than Odebeku, and I think he fits the style more than Odebeku. He's very exciting to me. 79 Yama for Bowen. 78, 86, 60, 74, 81, 80, 71 Yama for Bowen. 76 Antonio for Yarmolenko. CB. If you haven't subscribed already to CB's channel, go subscribe. Charlie Boy on YouTube. Go subscribe. The dude knows his football inside and out. What a man. He's also an absolute legend. That helps. But he does know his football inside and out. Bro, subscribe. Harry K says, can I say hi, Harry? I can. Ava says, can you say hey, Ava? I can. Listen, if that's the stream, listen, we might not find a stream and it might just be me saying hello to people, and I'm fine with that. I can do that. That is something I can do. 85 for Noble. Yeah, fair. I mean, late is probably smart. I think 69 is probably foolhardy. Foolhardy saying that so early. Injury to Kafar in the 19 minutes to bring on Frederick. Every time someone says the injury thing, it stresses me out because we don't have options. Well, right back, to be fair. We've got 3 right backs. Yeah, it's fine. Just injuries, whatever. It's the only place we have, like, too many people, if anything. If it's going well, but I'm fearing an early injury. Bruv, what did I just say? 89 minutes, Yarmolenko for Antonio, Noble for Benmara. A cheeky double. Love to see it. 65. I like the kid, but in my opinion, it doesn't matter. David Moyes obviously doesn't trust him. He has to put other forwards as strikers while Alderbeck is on the bench, and he's not even on the bench today. I think it's very fair. I mean, that's the thing, right? If Moyes doesn't trust him, it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. And like Mark says here, if it happens, we are done for, bro. We are done. Ogi for Zuma, 76 minutes. Oh. Shout out to the other midnight viewers, but anyone who's down in the land down under, just big up yourself. In the words of Peach, do you know what I mean? Big up yourself. 76. Will Zuma play today? Scott says, "Can you say? Do I recognize any of those symbols? No. My one day of Duolingo Japanese did not help me there. So the answer is no, Scott. Unfortunately, I can't. Louis says, I think Antonio will score in the first 10. This would be good. I mean, right. So we're 3 minutes away from kickoff. 3 minutes. It's approaching fast and terrifyingly. We are almost here. You know what I mean? We're at that stage where it's upon us. It's time to start thinking. It's time to start thinking about score predictions. We've asked it. We've been there. My man. Although I hope you're talking about the other CB. Again, if you haven't subscribed, go subscribe already. Come on now. It's time to start thinking about score predictions, ladies and gentlemen. I know most of you, if you were hanging around at the pre-show, put yours in before. But let me know. I saw some. I didn't see all of them. I was busy trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do about watching this football match. So let me know. If you're new around here, subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. It helps us out a massive amount. Hitting the like button helps out so much more than even subscribing. It's wild. So if you do both, it's double good times. Double good times. And I appreciate it. I'll be here until the end. I'll be here until full time, potentially. If I can't find a stream or whatever, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I will be here until full time. I'm here every single match day. I do every single watch along, no matter what. Sitting here, hanging out with you lot, having a grand old time. Come get involved. Full time, we'll have a review from your boy Giomacchi, I suspect, I think. I didn't speak to him about this, but I think he's watching the game and I think he's going to review it straight after. And then if that is the case, I'll spam the link in the chat so you don't have to do anything. It's a beautiful system. You just have to sit and enjoy it. Enjoy the Hammers Chat Match Day festivities, and we will do all the hard work for you. Fred says, I need a haircut, you scruffy git. How about this, Fred? Hear me out. No. Thank you. Good for coming. It's the people in there, bro. They just do bits. I may have to rejoin the Discord real quick right now to get a link. Right. As I give me a sec, let's. My hair is getting longer, bruv. Last 2 Spanish, you were looking like me. It was wild. It was wild. Let's look at these score predictions real quick as we are just about to hit. In fact, actually, just before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, these are the lineups, just in case you haven't seen them yet. Just in case you have not seen them yet, the lineups are Fabianski, Kufal Dawson, Ogbono, Cresswell, Rice Suchek, Bowen Bemer on 4 nails, Antonio in a completely unchanged lineup for West Ham United. The bench looking like Areola, Baptiste, Fredericks, Diop, Johnson, Coventry, Noble, Lanzini, Yarmolenko. Completely unchanged squad. Crystal Palace line up as such. Geeta, Ward, Gia. I can again. Someone tell me how to pronounce that because I'm always wrong. If you're a Crystal Palace fan, let me know. Anson Mitchell, a back four. It's a 4-3-3 with Kiarte, MacArthur, and Gallagher in midfield. Ayew, Benteke, and Zaha up front. Their bench is Butland, Tompkins, Kelly, Hanam, Ryan Wells, Schlupp, Saki, which I have never heard of before. Street and Mateta. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the lineups. I am very close. Hey, hit that like button if you haven't. Thank you very much, Jimmy Green. I appreciate the shout. Is this one gonna work? Is my computer? I think I might have a stream, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Discord. What a time to be alive. Equals good looking. I don't know that kanji. Sat does live in Japan, so it's fair. So final look at the what do you call it? your boys. The score predictions, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you very much. Ava, 4-1 to us, big plays. Harry says, good, bro, enjoy the game. Hey, if you're only here for watch up, the build up, and then you go and watch the game, enjoy the game. It's about to kick off. I hope you have a good old time. Come back at half time. Gio will be here. I'll be here. And then at full time, of course, Gio. But if you're just watching the game, go wild. Go absolutely hog wild. Them Hammies need to stay healthy all season long. It will be stress. It will be stress. We got 3-1, 3-0, 3-1, 3-1, 5-0, 2-1, 4-0, 3-1, 3-0. I'd like to see Okaflex get some wins if we get a nice comfy lead. So would I. He's not on the bench, I don't think, unless I missed it and I was wrong. But I want to see him get some time because that boy looks good. 3-0, 3-1. 4-0, 7-0, 3-0. A lot of high scoring. I'm going to go 3-1. That was my vibe as well. That was my vibe. Harry Kay going 5-2 and 6-1. Can't decide which way, but he knows there's going to be 7 goals. I'll let you know when my stream kicks off. I will let you know when my stream kicks off so you know roughly how far behind I am. I'm probably going to be closer than I usually am because I'm not watching it via the Now TV Sport mobile app, which for some reason is consistently 800 years behind everything else. And I don't know why, because I'm watching it illegally. But there we go. That's life. I'll let you know when we kick off on my screen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's West Ham United versus Crystal Palace, emanating live from the London Stadium in Stratford, London. Quick shot of Patrick Vieira there. What a man. What a man. And we are underway. We are underway. Let's go. Let's bloody go. Let's bloody go. Okay, buddy sweet. Link in the description below. No, my Google Translate failed. I tried to remove that comment when I saw Scott's reply. You probably did, but on StreamYard, which is the thing we use to stream on, it's when you comment to banners, that thing. If you remove the comment, I still see it, but it doesn't tell me it's being removed. It just sits there like a normal comment. That's why. I apologize. I noticed that last time because I know you removed the comment. I think it was on the last stream. Maybe it was on the build-up. I don't remember. It was a stream I saw you were on, and I noticed that. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited for today. I feel like we've just got this. I feel like we do have this, you know? I'm not usually quite. This is the thing. Ray will be able to attest this, and anyone who watches Two Spanners, One Ham and a Hamish Chat Patreon exclusive podcast page just for you. Anyone who watches that will be able to attest it. That ultimately, I'm never usually super confident when we go up against teams like Crystal Palace. Although Crystal Palace, they're different under Patrick Vieira now, obviously, as opposed to Roy Hodgson. That's something I'm excited to see. But teams like this, I'm usually pretty concerned about. I'm always like, I don't think we're going to do anything big. I don't think we've got it in us. It's not usually something I love, but there's something about the way this team's playing at the moment that I'm just confident, man. I'm just confident. I think we've got it. I'm not trying to jinx it here. I just think we've got it, you know? Don't get me wrong. I think Crystal Palace will score. They have the capability of scoring. But I don't think they'll get more than one. And when you're talking not getting more than one, all of a sudden you're having a grand old time, you know? Because I think we're going to score at least 2. At least 2. So maybe I should have said 2-1, but nah, 3-1. I said 4-2 last time. It was close. Shush OK asks what channel it's on. It's on Peacock in the US. It is not on in the UK, unfortunately. It is not on in the UK. Because 3 p.m. kickoff, they don't show them, right? I'd completely forgot this fact until I asked the Hamish Chat Patreon WhatsApp group. I was like, guys, where is it? And they went, 3 p.m. kickoff, innit? And I was like, oh, yeah, balls, of course. Of course. Something else I have today. So I've got great. Is what it is. I also have a Lucozade. I used to have a Lucozade Energy. I didn't want this, so I ordered earlier. You can tell where I ordered from. It's great, right? But I wanted the apple juice, but they didn't have apple juice. And so instead of asking me what I'd want in return, they've just sent me a Lucozade. I've never had a Lucozade Energy in my life. It's scary. There's something about the way this design of this bottle is that scares me. So we'll see. We'll see how that vibes. Maybe I'll be here for it. Maybe I won't. You know, I don't know. Harry's asking for a shout out. You can have a shout out, Harry. I tell you what, you've spanned enough where I can go, all right, Harry, have a good time. Hope you're well. It's going to be a day of me blocking people, I feel like. It's going to be a day of me blocking people, I feel like. No oranges, David. No oranges. I'm fuming. It's an absolute travesty that I don't have any. My stream has just gone absolutely wild. My stream just jumped back to the beginning of the match. Don't know what was going on there. I'm not doubting us hammers, but we lose against bad teams, but the good teams we win against. I mean, you're not wrong. In general, you are not wrong. That is very true, and that's kind of why I would be a bit scared today. But we seem slightly different, and we seem slightly different at the moment. We actually seem to have our nonsense together, as it were. And so that idea would usually be my default setting. However, today I'm a little bit more confident. We've got a corner. We've got a corner now for West Ham United. Everyone's coming forward. 2 people standing over it. Okay, right. Kufau's walked away a bit. It was weird. Kufau and Bowen were both standing over it in an odd way. But Kufau's left. Bowen plays in with his left. To be fair, it was into a decent enough area. It hits the first man, but literally no one was there. It was very stressed. And Crystal Palace are on a counter-attack here. Oh, it's been pulled back. Jordan Ayew unhappy about that. A sarcastic cheer from the home fans. Jordan Ayew was trying to break away, as were Crystal Palace, but it did not work out. It was for handball. It was for handball. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Like, I hope Ben Rama do that well today. Yeah, I mean, that's my... I think it is. It is not Lewis, unfortunately. It's on Peacock in the US, and it's not on UK television. Can you not mention the licks or where you got it? Literally below my face. Yeah, I listen. I think he's going to keep getting better. I really do. I've been having this conversation on Twitter today, and this is something I'm going to ask you lot actually. Do you think? Here's my opinion on Lingard. I don't think we should sign Lingard because I think it will negatively impact the flow that we've got going on now, and that includes Ben Rama. How do you feel about bringing in another attacking player? Can you actually tell us how we've started and tell us what's going on? Yes, Kevin. We've started, we've kicked some balls, and now the ball is going the other direction. David Moyes now has the ball. He's passed the ball to a West Ham player using his arms. He passed it to another person. The ball goes down. Mikel Antonio controls the ball. He kicks the ball. The ball is no longer in play and will now be a Crystal Palace goal kick. Is this what you're looking for? Because I can do this all day. If this is what you want, mate, I can do this. Who's my favorite West Ham player currently? Thomas Souček. He's an absolute baller. Thomas Souček is the baller of all ballers. He's so good. He's so good, isn't he? I mean, like, you're talking Declan Rice. You're talking... If you're talking about as a person, you got to put Mikel Antonio, or you've got to put Declan Rice up there. There's not really other options where you're talking about as a person, but as a footballer, Thomas Souček, you know what I mean? Thomas Souček, big boy doing big things. Zaha pulled back on about the halfway line, wins a free kick. Soufal just getting a warning. Soufal Zaha is going to be an interesting battle today. When Gio was asking who he thought was going to get yellow cards earlier on, I did want to say Soufal because I do feel like he will take a yellow card, even if he'll take a yellow card if it's up against Zaha. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that's potentially it to stop him in a professional manner. And I feel like that's likely. Again, he's already got a warning here for pulling back Zaha on a halfway line, so it's gonna give Zaha a bit more confidence to step towards him, Vladimir Soufal, and really take it to him. Just opening that with aplomb. You didn't think you were coming here for such great England, yet here we are. I speak well Greek, fam. What channel am I watching it on? I'm watching it on Peacock in the US. Because that is where I am. Yep. Yes. Because it is not being shown in the UK. It is not being shown in the UK. Early doors, West Ham pressing high. Crystal Palace looking to break on the counter attack. It's going to be interesting to see because I haven't seen Patrick Vieira's Crystal Palace yet. I've seen Patrick Vieira manage other teams, but I haven't seen his Crystal Palace side yet. So I'm interested to see how they end up playing. So far, the evidence, that's a good opportunity. Benteke's just outside the 6-yard box, tries to turn, finds, he's fluffed it. Crystal Palace work it out. Jeffrey Schlupp. No, sorry, not Jeffrey Schlupp. Mitchell. Schlupp's on the bench. I don't even know why I said that. Corners Crystal Palace. A good opportunity there for Crystal Palace. They broke forward, and there was a slotted pass through from Jordan Ayew to Christian Benteke as Dawson stepped forward. Kufau was covering him, so it forced him back. There was a moment where I thought Benteke could have pulled the trigger. He doesn't. He plays it back to Mitchell, who tries a cross into the box, which was lobbed out pretty terribly, and West Ham end up headering it out for a corner. Decent opportunity there. Getting into good positions, Crystal Palace. Getting into good position for Crystal Palace. Played in from the corner, headed away strongly. Saeed Benrahma battles. I think it was MacArthur with it. Doesn't quite work out. Crystal Palace still have the ball, loft it in from deep, trying to look for just anything in the box. Can't find it. Benrahma and Souček link up, play it out to Aaron Cresswell, and West Ham regain possession and can move forward in a positive manner. Yeah, as I was saying, I think it's interesting. I'd be interested to see how Crystal Palace play. I was going to say before that opportunity that they were playing mainly counter-attacking so far, but that's mainly because we've just been the better team. We've been on top of the game so far, so it's difficult not to sort of counter-attack in that sense. However, nice link-up play there between Antonio, Benrahma, and Cresswell. Just doing little bits. Fornell's getting involved now. Antonio skips past one. His cross was god awful, but the build-up was nice, and West Ham still do have possession of the ball, just not in anywhere near progressive a situation. Declan Rice tries to dribble it past Jordan Ayew and someone else in Crystal Palace at the same time, like a plum. Loses out, and Crystal Palace running a counter-attack. Christian Benteke is in the area. It's the second time he's slowed down. Christian Benteke has had 2 really good opportunities so far, and it's the second time where he stopped, looked up, taken a little bit too long, and had to go backwards and retreat. Very frustrating if you're a Crystal Palace fan, because those were decent opportunities. Declan Rice, a stupid mistake from him there. He collected the ball about the halfway line and decided to go, and he had all of the space in the world to try and find a pass, even to walk into. And where he decided to go was right in between Jordan Ayew and a fellow Crystal Palace player. And instead, he went like they were stood next to each other as well. It wasn't even like he was trying to dribble. No, they were like here, and they approached him, and he decided to just run into them. And obviously, if Declan Rice is losing the ball, then Declan Rice isn't going to be back to help out the defense of someone who's lost the ball. It's silly mistake. Thankfully, we've not struggled. But it is what it is. Jeffrey Kufau's good at football. You heard it first. Yeah, he's covered Benteke well, both of those opportunities. Both of the opportunities where Benteke has come down the left-hand side and been in a relatively good position to make something happen. If not a shot, then something. He's been the one covering. Like I say, he's already got a warning off Zaha, but outside of that, he's looking solid. I just like they just cut to Patrick Vieira there. It's just exciting. I just like seeing Patrick Vieira. You know, he was like the midfielder when I was a kid. You know, I was growing up. It was Roy Keane versus Patrick Vieira in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? And so to see him just standing on the touchline having a big shout, it's good times. Goodbye. You know what I mean? Ball played back to Fabianski there. When do we think Areola is going to get his first chance? Good ball over the top. Looking for Benrahma. I couldn't quite find him. When do we think Areola is going to get his first chance? Is it a case of waiting until the Europa League game against Zagreb? I think is our first one on the 16th, I want to say. Is it a case of that? Are we going to have to wait until the Zagreb game? Will he play against Southampton and Fabianski plays against Zagreb? What do you think? When will it happen? I'm intrigued. I sort of don't think it would have happened yet. To be fair, I'm not sitting here thinking, oh my God, it should have happened yet. But at the same time, you know, when do we think it's going to happen? Crystal Palace working the ball all the way back to their goalkeeper under very mild pressure from Mikel Antonio. They decide to just stay calm. Again, we're pressing well. And it's not just one person. Oftentimes previously, when we would press, for example, when Robert Snodgrass was here, he was the optimal example. He would press by himself. He would just run like a headless chicken at it. And it wasn't really doing anything. Whereas here, we're pressing as a unit. When someone comes close, we step to him. One of the front three steps to him. And then the Crystal Palace are forced to back down. We've won a throw-in from it. Good times. Antonio in the box, lays it off, looking for Ben Rama. Couldn't quite find it. Cleared away. Only when Fabianski gets injured. Yeah, fair. I think he'll play in Europe. Yeah. I mean, this is what I'm wondering. Will he be the European goalkeeper, or will Fabianski be the European goalkeeper? I mean, I guess whichever one Fabianski plays in is probably the priority, right? At this point. I don't know though. Long ball over the top. Soufal pulls it back across in an interesting way. Antonio hits it. Save. Shot wasn't great. Antonio on the turn tries to hit it in a slightly awkward way. It's high as well, and it sort of just bobbles into the hands of Gita there. Gita there now big. It'd have to be something special from there. Why is it not on TV? 3 o'clock kickoff. It is not on in the UK. Big calls for another handball against Jordan Ayew there. And it's been given. It's been given. Second time Jordan Ayew's handballed it already. So already. I think that was harsh. I mean, his arm is up here, don't get me wrong. But the ball's coming at him at like a million miles an hour. I don't think there's anything we can really do. Brazil. Yes, Eduardo. Get in there, my son. Big plays. Shout out, Brazil. What minute am I on? Asks Broflo. 15 minutes and 53, 54, 55, 56. Soufal plays in. Headed away. Bowen's there. Souček. Dawson. It was Dawson. Not even Souček. Flipping hell. Sorry, he was in an awkward position, wasn't he? Soufal bobbles in again. Nothing really to be done. Nothing really to be done, and West Ham getting the ball away. Oh, no, sorry, not West Ham. Crystal Palace do. West Ham regain possession. Soufal trying to cross the ball in. He's won a throw-in. It's very close to the corner flag. Could have been over. We need another striker. Strongly agree. Strongly agree, the man. Strongly agree. Yeah, don't click on any links in the chat, is what I'll say. Do not click on any links in the chat. It's a bad time. I'm banning them as much as I can. Usually, once a time I did have mods here, but I don't today. So I'm having to do literally everything by myself. Goal kick to Crystal Palace. So don't click on any links in the chat, because no. If I call out a link in the chat or something in the chat, yes, but do not click on any of them. It's going to be one of those days, people. It's going to be one of those days. How am I watching? Discord link below. It was an interesting opportunity there for West Ham. If anyone, Craig Dawson, maybe a little bit. To be fair, it was difficult for Craig. It wasn't an easy opportunity by any stretch of imagination. Just outside the 6-yard box from a corner where everyone's just sort of huddled in together. And he has to try and turn and hit it in a very awkward way. And he manages to get something off Souček in the right place at the right time. Almost manages to finish it, but not quite. Not quite. West Ham are playing very high up the pitch. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it, you know? It's a grand old time. It's the sort of thing I like seeing. Ben Rama does well there. Carries on with the ball, lays it off. Fornals is there. Looking for Bowen, can't quite find him. Cleared away by the centre-backs, Crystal Palace. Another good opportunity. Showing it. Very literally could use depth at every position except centre-back. Get Zuma number on target. Yeah, that and right-back probably. Because we've got 3 of them. And one of them's a youth player who's come through and is looking all right. So, it is what it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But the thing is, with the centre-back, there's a vibe, right? the idea, the report that David Moyes only wants first team players or people who can come in and affect the first team. And then after Newcastle, all of the conversations were about by getting an upgrade for Dawson. We need to change Dawson. Dawson was the issue. We need to change Dawson. So if you think about it in that specific terms, it makes sense that centre back is the person we're like aiming at. Do I think it's the right thing to do? I don't know. Am I happy with Kurt Zuma if that ends up happening? Very happy with Kurt Zuma. I like Kurt Zuma a lot. Price and wages, maybe not, but the person, the player, very happy with him. However, I don't know. I don't know, Jeffrey, I don't know, man. Whether it's the thing we should be looking for. Vamos West Ham. Yes. Vamos West Ham indeed. Eunice, nice. Strongly agree. Eunice is nice. If you're on the Discord, you need to join by clicking the little green thing, accepting the rules. Just by saying you're not going to be a dickhead, basically. And then there's a bit called Stream Links. Click on that. They should be in there. If not, check general. I'm not on there, so I can't see currently because obviously I'm doing everything else today. but yeah, have a gander, have a look around. You'll find it. Kudakos. I think we needed a centre back. Moyes has literally wanted someone in that position since he's joined. Yes, Dawson has done okay, but not exceptional. And Balbuena has left. Fair. I mean, look, I don't see why we let Balbuena go. Maybe he wanted to leave, actually. I mean, in that case, fair enough. But I wouldn't have let him go. Very fair. Very fair. The man saying we need another striker as well. I mean, this is the thing. We need several things, and time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. It's a case of like, what, the window closes on Tuesday. I don't know. We need that. We need a centre back. We need a striker. You could make arguments for a centre midfielder. You could make arguments for a winger of some sort. Like, there's a lot we need. Good opportunity for Crystal Palace. My stream is skipped. It didn't seem to come to anything because my stream skipped and then we were fine. So, what happened with that Chelsea player we were supposed to get? Still waiting, bro. Still waiting. We'll see. But this is the problem, right? We're trying to get this Zuma deal over the line, and we only have so much time to do this stuff. So the more time we're wasting on this Zuma deal, the less time we can be trying to find this striker and everything else. And the comments that David Moyes had this week, yesterday specifically, I think it was, about the striker search is mad to me. Mad to me. Sheer madness. Saying, oh, well, I know people say we want a striker, but we're probably not going to manage to get one. Or there's not one available or they're too expensive. It's like, what are you talking about? There's not one available. A, Tammy Abraham's already left, so clearly there was one available. B, Danny Ings went, so clearly there's one available. There's tons of strikers available. You're just chatting breeze, bro. You're chatting breeze. We need to be stepping up again. We've got European football. Bro, in like, what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? We're playing our first Europa League game against Dynamo Zagreb, and we have one striker on the books. And that's the thing, 51 Joe _, is that it's not. I'm not saying we need a striker to replace Mikel Antonio, although we will do at some point in the near future because he's only getting older and his thighs are only struggling. But we need another striker in the squad, one that Moyes trusts enough to play. Because don't get me wrong, I'd be fine with it being Odebeku, but at the same time, we went into this window thinking potentially we might need 2 strikers, and we've come out with neither. I mean, it's a thing. What about Ben Brahma this season? He's been very good. He's been very, very good. He's stepping up a gear and he's playing consistently well, and it's very good to see. Even today, he's getting into interesting positions. Kufal plays it in. Antonio header. Oh, it bobbles high. Cleared off the line from Crystal Palace. I don't know who it was who did it. A good opportunity. Kufal crossed the ball into the box from deep. Mikel Antonio up against like 3 Crystal Palace defenders, just sort of hits it off the top of his head. It bobbles up into the sky. It wasn't like a great opportunity or a great chance or anything, but the goalkeeper Gaeta came out to try and get rid of it, and it ends up having to be cleared off the line by the Crystal Palace defender. Very, very close from West Ham for the briefest of moments. It was Joel Ward who ends up getting it off the line. Good recovery, good covering from Joel Ward there, who reacted. The only person who could possibly get it off the line. Everyone else from Crystal Palace was all over the shop. Probably would have been an own goal as well. I think it ends up hitting off Anderson. It's not even Antonio who gets the touch. I think it's Anderson. But it matters not. It was cleared off the line by Joel Ward. Infinitely, I don't know. Joel Ward's just one of those people who just exists in the Premier League for years. In the lower echelons of the Premier League, just going about his business, which you've got to respect, which you do have to respect, you know, because he's Joel Ward. He's Joel Ward. West Ham pressing, pushing, wanting it. I tell you what, again, this pressing is good, man. Usually, again, it's something we've stepped up again this season. I think just pressing as a unit, pressing as a team, something we never tended to do too much. But does anyone know what the scores around the grounds are today? Because I'm not sure. I don't have the stuff like to see. I'm just interested. I'm going to attempt to drink Lucozade Teapot, and I'm scared. Does not taste how I thought it was going to taste, but it's all right. No. It's all right. Where do you think Moyes ranks as a manager in the Premier League? I'm probably the wrong person to ask. Roy Hodgson says that that is some squad Moyes has put together. They show a lot of spirit and togetherness. Hodges would know. West Ham breaking well down the right-hand side, by the way. Jared Bowen tries to take it on the inside. Thinks, Cresswell picks it up on the far side. There's a good opportunity. Cresswell plays it across. Save. Bowen's there. Ooh. Another good opportunity for West Ham there. Kufau on the far right, looking for something, looking for anything. Plays it into Pablo Fornals. Pablo Fornals does well to find a cross, but there's a lot of people in that box. I don't think crossing is going to be the way forward today. Every time this ball comes in, it's tight. And Mikel Antonio on the edge of the box trying to find any reason to shoot. Souček does take a shot. Fornals takes a shot. It's ricocheting off defenders like there's no tomorrow. What channel is it on? It's not in the UK. It's on Peacock in the US. Please. I don't think crossing is the way to go. Today. Every time we get to the opportunity, there's so many Crystal Palace players in the box, and they're all huge. They're all bloody massive, and it's just not happening yet. So we'll see, but we'll see how that progresses. What are we saying? Leicester 1-0 Norwich. Okay, Villa 1-1 Brentford. Ooh, that's an interesting game. Okay. Thank you. Corner to West Ham. Aaron Cresswell over on the left-hand side to take it. Again, I doubt corners are going to be a thing because, again, Crystal Palace is huge, but we do have some good corner headers here. Declan Rice tries something audacious, tries an audacious flick with the outside of his boot. The cross came in very low, basically first man territory. He tries to just flick it. I don't know if he's trying to score. I don't know what he's trying to do. Doesn't work whatever he tried, but fair play for giving it a shot. Gary Page says we are relentless. Strongly agree. We are stepping to them right now. We are pushing. We are moving. We are pressing. We want the beef. And I like that. I like seeing it. I think it's that's a good long throw. Sorry, I got distracted because it was a great opportunity for Souček a second ago. Yeah, we're pressing them a lot, and Crystal Palace so far don't really have too much to answer for it. They've had one or two opportunities even, but they've not had anything huge yet. Whereas we are consistently pushing, consistently pressing, consistently creating. And it's no surprise when you look at this performance right now. There's no surprise that we are, I think, the second highest team of XG in the league right so far, expected goals so far, because we're doing well. We're pressing. We are pressing. bossing the game but need a goal. Yeah, strongly agree. It's in a bit called Stream Links. If it's not in there, ask in general. Again, I'm not in there, so I can't say. I'm not in there and I can't say. If anyone here is in the Discord and knows, let 51 Joe _ no. We could score a few to get up the hammers up. Yes. I'm fine with Palace. Look, they live their life. You know what I mean? They live their life, but up the hammers, of course. So you live in the US then? I've come here real quick. This may look like my house in England. You'd think that, but no. What I've done is I've flown to America just real quick to watch the game, and that's the story I'm going to stick to. Moyes constantly makes notes. He really makes a difference at halftime. Yeah, again, I wouldn't have said that until recently. I wouldn't have said that. And to answer Kyrikos's question, I guess. All right, if we're gonna go here, why are you the wrong person to ask? Don't tell me you're still negative on Moyes after the last 18 months when we were on the verge of getting relegated. I'm not. How do I word this? Okay, so I'll be Kyrikos. You're here all the time, so I can talk to you as honestly as possible. I don't tend to say things unless I've thought about them a lot. When it comes to putting football opinions out there, if I don't have an opinion, I'm happy just to not say anything. I often think most people are like, most people would just say stuff like, oh, this is how I feel about this. But I tend to just try and work through it. Like, you were here at the beginning, so you'll know that I was never big on Moyes. To say it politely, I was very negative on Moyes. I'm at the stage where about February time, I felt like, do you know what? He needs a new contract, because what else can he do to earn a new contract? And the fact it took us so long, I thought was insane. I look at David Moyes and I think he's done a very, very good job in terms of like he's done with the pieces he has. He's done a very good job. A lot of the things that frustrated me about David Moyes then still exist now. It's just now everything he's doing is working, if you see what I'm saying. But the underlying problems I had with Moyes still exist. So in this situation, do I think, am I negative on David Moyes? Not necessarily, but I'm not the most positive David Moyes person. And the reason I say I'm not the right person to ask is because I realize I'm far from representative of West Ham. Far from representative of West Ham. Where would I put him? I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I'd have to look at the league table. Off the top of my head, I'd say top 10, but I would need to think about it and have to give you actual like a proper answer. I'd have to have a big look. Can you please tell me what you're watching it on and Zuma deal is supposed to be done? I'm watching it on Peacock in the United States. I saw someone asking where in the United States. I've gone to North Carolina. I tried to find Jeffrey, but I went to the wrong part, so I stayed in North Carolina. Me and Ric Flair just hanging out. And Zuma deal was supposed to be done within the coming hours. I hope so. I'd enjoy it. Kufal down the right hand side, looking for it. Tries to cross it in, deflected into the hands of Gaeta. We are the better side right now. We are the significantly better team right now. We are all over them. Like Crystal Palace, when they break, they don't break a forward with enough numbers to really damage us too much. And the problem is it keeps coming to flip in. It keeps coming to Benteke, and Benteke just is not. He's not Mikel Antonio on the counter attack. He gets into awkward positions and tries to dribble. It's just not happening. Whereas Mikel Antonio, like here, he's on the counter attack again, just knows what he's doing. He's got Said Benrahma alongside him, but he is covered by two separate people. So he finds the space to Mikel Antonio. He tries to shoot. He should have laid it off, but it's a good tackle to take it away from him without touching it. Frustrating because he does really well, Mikel Antonio there. He comes in from the right-hand side, and it looked like he was completely muscled out. He had two separate defenders just here, and it's not even muscled out. They just were in a better position than he was, and yet somehow he manages to find the space through them, and then he goes for the shot after running a lot with his weak foot instead of laying it off to two people who are in a better position. Frustrating, but good signs again that we're getting there. In the US, we can watch it on Peacock app. I'm not sure if you can download in the UK. I don't believe Peacock is available in the UK. I don't believe so. North Carolina is such a boring state. Hey, Charlotte is a nice city. That's all I've got. Ric Flair and the city of Charlotte. That's all I've got on North Carolina. But, you know, Rio looks like he'd still play. Mate, get him on. Get him on. Get him on. Nip around shop, get some oranges. Mate, I would if I could. But I can't because I've got to do this. But I would if I could. We need him right now. Is this orange flavor? I mean, this is orange flavor, technically. So it kind of counts, right? It kind of counts, right? Come to Miami? One day I would like to. Rice nods it down, looking for Fornals. Rice getting very far forward as well. It's just scary to me. It's just a scary vibe to me. Crystal Palace on the counter attack. West Ham are very unhappy. Sufal was down. Crystal Palace were on the counter attack now. Sorry, I was trying to figure out exactly what happened because the referee was making hand gestures. Crystal Palace were countering after Sufal went down. The West Ham fans were very, very angry. I think they're saying head. I think they're saying it's a head injury. Sufal and Zaha go up for a header together, and Sufal comes off the worst. I'm surprised, given the fact that if there was a collision of heads, Zaha's still standing. Not just because if there's a collision of heads, they might both be down, but because out of the two, Zaha goes down at the sense of anything. So I'm surprised. But Kufal was down and Crystal Palace were on a counter-attack, and it took up until they were all in, basically just about to go inside the area for the referee to pull it back. Here's what it is. Is what it is. What do you have for food, Charlie? I'm in the process of emptying my freezer, so I ate a sausage roll and ate some chicken tender. Unreal shout. Today, right? Grapes and some crisps is the movement today. What am I having for dinner? I think we're gonna have. I think I'm gonna make garlic and herb chicken with something, but I'm not sure what yet. But it will just be what is in. What is in. Zaha gave him big elbow. Was it his elbow? I thought it was head-to-head. Duvet dancer. Apologies. Fair play. Fair play. Blake asks, are we playing good? We are. We're playing really well right now. This is really good to see. We are continuing from where we have been the last two games. Despite not getting a goal, we've been far the better team, and we've been the team. If you were to say one of us were going to score, you'd probably say it was us. Not that Crystal Palace haven't had any opportunities whatsoever, but the difference between them is absolutely is obvious. Just seeing David Sullivan there sitting next to his two sons, and how similar Jack Sullivan is to David than Dave Jr. is to David is wild. Is wild. I would like to see Yarmolenko get some game time against the Leicester side since we need him. Since we need another quality option up front, he has to play and score to have confidence. Anyone else thinking the same? I back that, Richard. I think the thing is later on in the games when we've been 4-1 up, 3-1 up, I think we should be bringing them on. Don't get me wrong. I think getting as much goal difference on the board as possible early doors is great, but I strongly agree. I think we should be introducing people. We should be introducing people like that because we're going to need them. Especially again, it's 2.5 weeks until we play Zagreb or whatever it is. We need the numbers. We need the fitness. You know. I wasn't big on Moyes at first when he came either, by the way, full disclosure. So I'm not blind or not, but Moyes is a game I trust over time. He's not perfect, but I'm looking objectively. Yeah, I think that's fair. I'm just a lot slower to get there. I'm a slow human being in general. So I'm a lot slower to get there, but I think that's totally fair. Like I said, despite my hang-ups with him and a lot of the problems I had with him originally still existing, I still think he should have got a contract a lot earlier than he did, for example. I agree. I think Moyes is a method and needs time to build the team set with personalities. He couldn't save Sunderland or a dying Man United fragile goes. I think equally, I'm slow. I think he's also slow. You know what I mean? And I don't necessarily say that in a bad way. I just think he works. He has a certain way of working. And so throwing him in and expecting something to happen quick step, I don't think is the answer. You're looking at someone who took a long time to build that Everton team and get Everton where they were. And now he's building here. I think you have to stick with it, with the process to get there. But when it's a case of Sunderland, they were going down. When it was a case of Real Sociedad, that was just madness. And then when it was a case of Man United, they needed results instantaneously. So I don't think you can discount those things. I think you should take them into account when you speak about David Moyes. But at the same time, if you're talking about what David Moyes is or how David Moyes manages, you have to talk about it in a full breadth, right? West Ham United on the counter-attack after Crystal Palace were trying to do something from a throw-in. Antonio with a Poor pass, and it's straight back into the feet of Crystal Palace, who can then do something. Frustrating, but it is what it is. My flipping WhatsApp's going off. Whatever. I'll look at it after. Ball pinging about now, about on halfway line. West Ham United attack. Ben Rama played through this. Mikel Antonio, he's basically through 1-on-1. Mikel Antonio has to put it back. It's good recovery. Antonio, Fornals, goal! Big plays, boys. Big plays. What a goal. What a goal. There was a moment where I thought they'd lost it. Ben Rama played the ball through for Mikel Antonio. It was a good ball. It was great. Mikel Antonio was charging through, but I felt like he maybe took just ever so slightly too long, and Crystal Palace recovered really well, to be fair to them, to get into a position where they were able to stop it. Ball ends up coming back, pinged once or twice between Antonio, Pablo Fornals, and Ben Rama. Pablo Fornals ends up stroking it into the net. We're looking at the replay here. Antonio's through. It would have been difficult for him, to be fair. He decides to cut back. It's laid short. Ben Rama, Antonio. No, sorry. It was laid back to Fornals, who lays it into the path of Antonio. A quick 1-2. I love when Fornals does that. Fornals' first touch passing is beautiful. He gets into a perfect position. Antonio pulls it back beautifully, and all he has to do is stroke it into the net. It's West Ham United 1. It's Crystal Palace 0. What a goal. What a goal, by the way. That's so good. We are so good right now. We are dangerously good right now. Every time we're going into games, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna score. We're just gonna score a couple of really good goals, and that's a good team goal as well. If you're telling me, like, and I know this is somewhat of an exaggeration, I appreciate, but if you're telling me, if you showed me that and said, yeah, that was an Arsenal goal, I would believe you. You know what I mean? What a goal. Oh, just good times. Good flipping times. Fornicator strikes again. Big plays for now. Superb. Mate, Pablo as well at the moment is absolutely, as Blake said there, is absolutely on fire. Blake and Joan, knowing that they are just absolutely good composure once the initial chance did happen. Yeah, strongly agree. To pull that back when it looked like the opportunity was off, is huge. That's been very deep now. That goal opens up the game. Big, strongly agree, Alan. Great shout. Moisey boy, get in. Glenn Kitely, everything Arsenal. Good to see you, my friend. Great goal. Enjoy football, guys, on our behalf. Thank you, Glenn. If you want to watch an Arsenal channel, everything Arsenal is the one to watch. He's a great dude. My lord, Pablo Fornals, ladies and gentlemen. The dream of Pablo fornication, indeed. Love to see it. That's such a good goal. Jared Bowen trying to create an opportunity, gets into the box, and before he's smothered up. Oof. We've been invaded by Manuel Pellegrini. He's back. He's Betis aren't playing right now, or maybe he is. He's sat on the bench. He's fuming. He says, "This is Pellegrini. I deserve credit for this." Listen, Manuel, your boy Pablo Fornals has just scored. He's done a goal. You know? Pellegrini, no go away. Scenes. What goal? What flipping goal? Melbourne over here, but East London on my mind. Good to see you, Liam. Hope you're well. Nice. Backstreet Moyes. Yo. This, give me 5 minutes and I'll come up with something smart. Are you showing the game? Do I look like the London Stadium to you, Teddy? Is the question I would ask. Because if I don't, the answer is no. But as you can see from below, there are places to find it if you wish. Backstreet Moyes. I'll get something. I'll think about it another time. West Ham, good interception again here. Pablo Fornals just gets caught a little bit. That's good work from... Was that Benteke? No, it's not Benteke. Who was it? It was Jordan Ayew. Okay, fair play. Good play from Jordan Ayew to recollect the ball. Zaha trying something against Soufal. Soufal looking at him and going, no. Ayew dribbles into the box. Looks for the hit. Good block by Dawson. Crystal Palace retain possession of the ball on the halfway line. Go again. Go again. West Ham committing more people forward as well. Again, I'm loving this press from West Ham at the moment. It's just Crystal Palace aren't super good at playing through it. They're managing it. Don't get me wrong, but they're doing a decent job at pressing West Ham. Oh, nice little pass from Jarrod Bowen there. Nice little cheeky outside the foot pass by Jarrod Bowen. Benrahma just gets caught. Good tackle by not sure who. Someone from Crystal Palace. It's the kind of incisive commentary you're going to get from me at this point. Someone did a thing. You know what I mean? West Ham have been so good today. That goal. 11 Green Street, we call it Little India. Shout out Green Street. So shout out India. Whoa, what country? What just out here doing bits? Indian cuisine. What a time to be alive. One of the best things. It's just good times. It's just good times, isn't it? Class from Antonio. That's the difference between him and Bowen. He won't pass. Look, that flipping. I mean, we'll see Gary Page, but I will say that link-up play was incredibly good for that goal. The link-up play was incredibly good for that goal. That's what I like. Mikel Antonio, as much as I can criticize him till the cows come home, like one of the things I do like about him is when he doesn't have time to think, like when he just has to do stuff instinctively, he's brilliant. Benrahma trying his hardest to take the ball out. He does well to find Pablo Fornals. West Ham on the break again. Mikel Antonio nowhere to be seen. Pablo Fornals just tried to play it back to Benrahma, couldn't quite find it. It was the counter-attack was on. It was Benrahma, Fornals, and Jarrod Bowen steaming through. It was close. It was close. Not quite there. Where was Mikel Antonio? He's currently around the halfway line. Is he injured? Don't stress me. Is he struggling? No, he seems to be running about fine. Maybe he's just covering. If so, good play. Love that. 1-1. Okay. It's good to know. It's good to know. I like Norwich, so I do, and it's against Leicester, but I like Norwich, so we don't want that. We want that. We want that strongly. 2 minutes of stoppage time left at half time here, and I'll tell you what, this has been a fantastic performance from West Ham so far. I am very, very happy right now. Antonio was at right back. Get him back again. Why not? Let's go wild. He still is now. I can see him. He's just covering positions right now. This has been a fantastic half from West Ham. It started, don't get me wrong, the half didn't start blisteringly or anything, and it's only 1-0, but you're looking at two teams, you're thinking West Ham are the ones who are going to do anything here. If West Ham are going to do, thank you, Cole Stolen, appreciate it. I think someone said that before. My gut says, no, I don't remember. I was going to say, I think someone scored, but I don't remember. It didn't start like lightning, but it started well enough. We were pressing well, we're pushing well, we're making the opportunities, we're forcing the opportunities, and then we get to the opportunity where we score an absolutely brilliant goal. Again, if you told me that was Wenger Arsenal, I would. If you told me that was Wenger Arsenal, I would believe you. You know, that kind of beautiful link-up play, one touch play from Fornals, Antonio getting involved. Just good stuff. Just good stuff. I think they'll rest Antonio before the half ends. Do you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. As long as he's not injured, do whatever he wants right now. Regrouping more second half. We stay top. Bro, we're still top of the league. The halftime whistle was gone. The halftime score here at the London Stadium. And here, I mean, over there is West Ham United 1. Crystal Palace 0. Excellent first half. Hello from Stowe's Bar. Hello to Stowe's Bar. We can talk. It's like Eurovision. Hello from Stowe's Bar. West Ham, 12 points. You know what I mean? Gio Mackie. Football's all right, isn't it? Football's pretty good, isn't it, most of the time?
Mate, we're playing with a bit of swagger. I'm enjoying this.
That goal. Am I being OTT when I say if you said to me that was Arsene Wenger or Arsenal, I'd believe you?
No, that was genuinely beautiful. I mean, so unselfish from both Fornals and Antonio. Twice from Antonio. But yeah, the goal itself was fantastic. But I think generally I've thoroughly enjoyed watching that. Actually, really, really enjoyed that first half.
Same. The beginning of it, it was like starting to wear up the gears, but I felt like you could see we were the better side, but we weren't firing on all cylinders just yet. But then as it went on, we were just pressing, and we were pressing as a unit. I was saying on the stream, do you remember when we had Snodgrass and he would just run aimlessly at people? And you're like, I get it, but it's not helping. You're just running aimlessly. We're actually, as a
leave
unit,
massive
pressing.
gaps. Yeah.
Actually move it, and then
run.
Crystal Palace look at it and they go, "Nah, we'll just go back." But it's that kind of stuff where all of a sudden we're forcing this, and we've been doing this the last games as well. This isn't new today. This is something we keep doing.
Yeah, it's been very enjoyable. Like you said, the press is one part of it, and to be fair, I think Palace have shown glimpses. I've seen more from a game plan from Vieira today than I've seen from Arsenal earlier at the Etihad, for example. I feel a bit sorry for them because this is just a horrible fixture for Crystal Palace. You don't want to be playing West Ham at the minute, especially when you're on your third match and you're trying to implement your ideas, and there's probably a couple of players in the Palace team in new roles or playing a new style and stuff, and this is not an ideal game for them. Especially when you're Vieira trying to implement more of a possession-based game and you're coming to London Stadium and getting hassled every time you run the ball. It's not a good match at all. But I think today, we've been brilliant. Off the ball, worked hard. On the ball, we're playing with a little bit of style, a little bit of
something.
Yeah, a bit of swagger. I like it.
All right, I'll leave you for a bit. Enjoy yourself.
Cheers. Right, how we doing? Live chat, how are we doing? I thoroughly enjoyed that. I thought that was really good. One of my favourite bits about that half, actually, was just at the end there when Fornals broke with Ben Rama and Jared Bowen, and he didn't quite find Saeed Ben Rama Fornals, but Michael Antonio stayed back. He didn't join in the attack, so when Palace got the ball and started coming forward with it, Antonio was there in the space. He was sort of covering for the other three people that went forward. I've been very impressed by that first half. I think we're ticking all the boxes. Fabianski's had nothing to do so far because of the team in front of him. I think we're going to score more and more, aren't we? We're really going to score more. Major says he wants to see us go for a couple more goals, so stay top of the league. Didn't think he would say that. Yeah, I think so. Martin says he's still nervous. I'm not, Martin. I'm not at all, really. I feel very comfortable, very, very comfortable going into this one. At half time, still feel very comfortable. I think we're just really good. Scott's saying our front four are different class. They really are. The way they're interactive and playing together is just fantastic to watch, isn't it? You know, that goal was just it's very nice. That goal was really, really, really good. I really like a sort of a team goal, that kind of passing kind of thing. Ezra says that West Ham's becoming his next favourite team, a joy to watch. Raja says that if that Fornals pass was accurate, Ben Rama could have scored. Maybe, but you know something, I'd much rather see us play like that and it just doesn't quite work. And, you know, you applaud the idea, don't you? You know, you don't want people to keep playing it safe all the time. So that sort of risk, that difficult pass, if you like, it's not always going to come off, but when it does, I mean, that goal, Fornals' return to Michael Antonio was just lovely. One touch, there you go, have it back kind of thing. Superb from Pablo so far. Suburban says that I think they will crumble if we get a second, because it being 4-5 if we score before 55th. I completely agree. I think we're not going to stop, are we? We're going to keep going and trying to get a second one. And again, this is why we're even more difficult to play against than normal. Before, usually we go a goal up, you'd be thinking, are we now going to try and see this out already? How long do we give in the second half until we get a bit more defensive and try and keep get the win over the line kind of thing? But none of that with West Ham. Actually, you start to think, because then when we do sit back, we'd almost invite teams. Palace would be able to put another attacker on and not have too much risk about it. But now they can't do that. You put another attacker on, well, good luck, because we're going to rip your team open. You come at us a bit more open than you were. We're going to fully take advantage. And this is what's just a joy to watch, if you like. I'm really enjoying this one. Yeah. Major's right, Aberdeen. I'm from Aberdeen. I was born in Aberdeen, and I used to have a season ticket for Aberdeen when I was a kid, when I was like 12 years old, until I started playing football on a Saturday and I couldn't go to games anymore. But I used to go to have a season ticket at Aberdeen and do 2, maybe 3 games a season with West Ham. My dad used to take me 2, 3 games a season, and then eventually I just found myself. I don't know what's the word. I just found myself loving West Ham more than Aberdeen for whatever reason. Don't know why, I just did. Anyway, Jeremy says that if they come at us now, they'll lose cover at the back. Yeah, I completely agree. Let them come at us. It doesn't bother me. Jack said, we'd love to see more from Bowen. I feel like he's lost confidence. We all know he's a great goal scorer. He's looking busy, isn't he? He's looking busy. Sean saying Everton are putting an offer for Lingard as well as 3 or 4 European clubs in our lower position Prem side. I still think Lingard wise, I still think we're in the front seat. I think if we want him, I think we get him. I think we've almost got first dibs on him, to be honest with you. If we don't get him, it's because we've chose not to go for him, or we've messed something up. It's one of those things, really, because why would Jesse not want to come back here, kind of thing. Harry says Bowen's dive pissed me off. I didn't think it was a dive, to be honest with you. I didn't. I thought it was maybe a foul outside the box, but that's it. I didn't see it as a dive, personally. Yeah, I think we do have a big chance in Europa League. This is where it'll get a bit awkward as the Europa League gets underway. We'll do videos about it and speak about the upcoming games and stuff. But this is why the league is so important at the minute. This is why we need to nail these kind of games, get the points on board. So when the Europa League does come round, we can take it serious. I remember in Pardew's season, when we got the FA Cup final, we sort of gave away a couple of points in the league, if you like, to focus on the FA Cup. And I think that's the right thing to do if you can. If you're in such a good position, in the league, you can always sacrifice a few points to focus on your cup. And I think that's where I'd like to be with the Europa League. I'd like to get to the point that actually we can field our first 11s and stuff. Not so much in the group stage. I'd expect us to be able to leave 1 or 2 players at home and field a strong team and get through the group stage and stuff. There's a good chance to win that group, and then come the knockout, we'll be in a fantastic position. Obviously, the dilemma would be if we can get the Champions League football or not, because that would be the dilemma would be. Jamie Carr says that we need Lingard and Vlasic for getting a striker. We can definitely do with a false nine. Yeah, I sort of agree that, but at the same time, Antonio's playing like a striker, and he's pivotal, isn't he? Antonio's been pivotal in this game and the other 2 games as well. So while I can see the argument for not having a striker and playing a false 9 on paper, and I get why it would work, or Bowen up front or kind of thing, but Antonio is a striker, and he's part of that front 4 that's working really well at the minute. So I don't know. I'd be a bit disappointed if we don't get a striker. Understand it. Still a little bit disappointed. I still think it's a bit risky. Scott says Bowen hasn't lost confidence. He keeps comfort, but he's not getting the ball yet. It's difficult though, isn't it? Because sometimes the action just don't come down your side, does it? And Bowen will just have to keep doing what he's doing. Don't know where he was for our goal. That's not meant to be a negative thing, by the way. What I'm trying to say is he was there probably, just that he didn't need to get involved, but he did his part by getting in the box, getting someone out of the way. Kiriakos says that he'd rather have an out-and-out striker than Jesse Lingard. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think we have okay coverage. I would like both. I would like both. It's as simple as that, really. And David Answer, before I hand it back to Charlie, says, we look a couple of levels above Palace. Our passing move has been exceptional.
It has been. It has been. We've been very, very good. We've been very, very good. Also, Gio, both. Mate, you get one thing and that's it. You can't be asking for more than one thing at a time. David Sullivan's only got so much brain space. He can't consider one player at a time. He can focus on that and anything else.
I want Jesse plus another attacking midfielder like Jesse Lingard or a striker, one of the 2. Lingard plus one of those 2 things. But I was just saying to the chat before you come back, because they were saying they're saying, I wouldn't mind not having a striker, can play false nines, but my argument is Antonio's playing like a striker though, and that works. We need Antonio's showing we need a striker when he's not there, because he is playing like one. He's bloody good at it as well. So yeah. Anyway, Charlie, how you feeling for the second half? You've got to be confident, haven't you? Fabianski's done nothing.
Bruv, I'm so confident right now. I would go as far as to say that I am over chuffed. I am at a state of just steaming hot confidence right now. It's your pride before a fall, but still.
What's your final score prediction? You were close the other night. At half time, we were winning 1-0 against Leicester, and you said 4-2. You weren't too far away.
I think I'm going to stick with the 3-1 I said before. I think that's the smart thing to do. I do, like you say, Crystal Palace have shown glimpses here and there. There was a couple of times when Benteke got into a good position, and you feel like if it was anyone but Benteke on the ball at that
how
moment...
How did he go offside? Do you know that time he went offside? How's he managed? When I watched it, and then the commentator was like, it looks a bit offside. I'm like, how have you possibly got offside from here? You're looking along the line. There's no... He wasn't even making a cutting-edge run or nothing. He was literally just running in a straight line. I'm like, how have you managed to get offside from there? I think... I'll stick with 3-0. I think I'm intrigued by this Mateta. I say intrigued. I think he's a decent enough player. When he was in Germany, he looked like a decent striker. But the more attacking Vieira goes off the bench, the more it suits us, really. Vieira can't really win from here. He keeps it the same, and it's going to help us because they're not really providing much attacking threat. Or he changes it to add the attacking threat, but then he becomes more open defensively. And that plays into our hands even further. So Vieira can't really win. I'm going to say I'll still say we win 3-0. I'd like to see Antonio get a goal. You know when people say who do you want to see score? Always a striker. Get your striker scoring and getting confident. Yeah. And it would be nice to see Jared Bowen get a goal as well. But I won't be too fussy.
Listen, I'll tell you. Listen, if someone else happens to be the person who gets the goal, I'll accept it.
It'll do.
Well, anyway, enjoy the second half.
Yeah, and have fun.
See you for the review. See you later. Stu Mackie, everyone. He's doing the review at full time. I'll post the link in the chat. So you literally don't have to do anything. You just sit there, right? You just enjoy yourself. Enjoy West Ham, being West Ham and having a grand old time. Then I'll post the link in the chat and then you can watch Gio's full-time review. Everyone else, we're seeing some score predictions coming in. 2-0, 4-0 for Manchester City's goal difference. There. 4-1, people always seem to sneak a goal past us. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, look, Crystal Palace did show one or two moments there. Like, if it wasn't Benteke, I reckon they might have potentially had an opportunity to score. However, you're looking past that and you're saying, I don't think they've got more than one in them. And I think we do have more than one in us. That's why I'll stick to my 3-1. However, when you're saying more, I'm not against it. Rise is going 2-2. The classic Desmond. Fair, 5-0. Lots of confidence, love that. Zaha might have a moment in him, 4-1. That's fair. And that's kind of what I'm saying, right? But the second half is kicking off in just a moment here at the London Stadium. What's an insane thing going on right now? West Ham are, F it, 13-0. Why not? Let's go for it. West Ham are on absolute fire right now. If you are here for only the half time and then you're going to go back off to watch the second half, enjoy yourself, subscribe if you're right here, like the video, all of that good stuff. We are flying at the moment as a channel, ladies and gentlemen. We are absolutely flying. And I appreciate you all for coming on the journey with us, of course. I'm here to do watch alongs every single game, all of the time, non-stop. I do these. And whenever you rock up, it's very, very appreciative. There's almost 350 of you in here at the moment. We've got 290. We have 198 likes. The record last week was about 315, 18. I think we ended up with at the end of the stream. Can we match it? Who knows? We'll see. But thank you very much. Like the video, subscribe. Remember, I'm here for the rest of the half, and then Gio will be here at full time on this channel doing a live review straight away. Come get involved. Enjoy the second half if you're off to watch it. I'm going to enjoy it. I feel like the teams are walking out as we speak. I will let you know when the second half kicks off, so you're aware of how far behind my stream is compared to yours. And you can try some form of synchronization. But good times. I respect that we're trying to leave it as late with the transfers and relying on COVID desperation as a cheap ass bargain hunter in my everyday life. I respect that approach. As a fan, it's annoying. Yeah, like I respect it and I understand it, but at the same time, it's incredibly frustrating to see. Incredibly frustrating to see. But what can you do? Have we missed the Mandarin Clementine devouring? Sub and Search Squash, first of all, good to see you. Hope you're well. Second of all, I don't have any today. I have, because I've eaten them all, is the problem. I've got grapes and I've got a Lucozade Energy Orange, which is nowhere near the same, but it seems to be having the same effect. We're still big dubs, still big dubs. How long left of the window? It ends on Tuesday. Don't forget to hit that like button, Scott. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you all for coming. Second half is about to kick off and we are on the way. Crystal Palace get us on the way. It's West Ham United 1. Crystal Palace 0, and Crystal Palace is going to have to be a big shift from then if they're gonna change their fortunes around here. Because so far it's been an absolutely beautiful performance from your boys West Ham United. What time to be alive? Even just passing, just give the like button a little nudge. Give it a little nudge. West Ham are unbeaten in their last 12 Premier League matches when leading at half time, dating back to the 5th of December 2020 against Manchester United. That's a great stat. Scenes. All right, cheers for coming, Australia. Not Australia, Crystal Palace. Oh, goodbye. Why did I say Australia? It's because I saw greetings from Argentina. Ezekiel, good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. Shout out Argentina. Big up Buenos Aires and the like. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hello, people of West Ham, says Mr. Pardew. Missed the first half, went out to watch young Souček kill the ball. How have we been? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Very well. We're doing very well right now. We did have myself and David Moyes were having a brief speculation, Mr. Pardew, where you were about potentially maybe having a little conversation with the Spotify guy about an Arsenal takeover and whether or not he'd have to bring you in to save their fortunes, but good to know if you're out just doing your due diligence on the scouting, then it's good to see. It's good to see. Loving the stream, doing a great job. Well done, my namesake, Charlie. Okay. Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate you for coming. I won't suck an egg, but yeah, we move. I appreciate you being here regardless. Appreciate you being here regardless. I need a cup of tea, but it's too hot. I also have a massive spoon still in it because I didn't think ahead. So that's apologies for that one. So somewhat reserved start to the first half, second half so far. Only a couple of minutes in, of course, but no blitzing as of yet. Crystal Palace again finding themselves passing it around at the back with our front three. Not even, to be fair, it's not even our front three. Jarrod Bowen tends to track back. It tends to be Ben Rama, Antonio, and Fornals do the press. Just forcing them, just very leisurely forcing them to pass back and into awkward positions. And they are once again forced into a very awkward position here, Crystal Palace. And West Ham United nip the ball away. Oh, there was an opportunity there again. The press is calm, and it's not like an endless gegenpress or anything, but it's just a slow pushing of Crystal Palace back. They're passing it around the defense, the goalkeeper, and they're working themselves into awkward positions because we're just not giving them the space. And at that point, Crystal Palace had to make a bit of a death pass outwards. Rice is the one who collects it, and it almost comes to an opportunity to Said Benrahma. Just not quite. Cheka Kiate giving away a free kick there. Good to see. Good to see him back, and he's still doing what he used to do, which was not a lot. On Mikel Antonio there. Mikel Antonio. Arsenal? What a joke. I don't want to go there because I would make them so good again. Listen. Was it Arsenal where no, that was the cup match where you did the dance. What was I thinking about Arsenal? Maybe it was I don't remember. For some reason I've got a strong memory of Mr. Pardew at the Emirates, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Fred, chill, Maggie. Chill. No. I appreciate that, but no. But do chill. I can see your comment. It's now my entire screen. Chill. You don't just, FIFA Fredster, on the other hand. I'm trying to watch the game. It's not on BT or Sky Sports. Can someone please tell me? Yeah, it's not, unfortunately, because of the Saturday 3 p.m. kickoff time. But there are places you can find it. There are places you can find it. West Ham on the counter attack again here, playing in around the high. Say Ben Rama's there. He hits it across. It's easy save for Gaeta. Easy save. Not easy, but But a calm save for Gaeta, but a good opportunity for West Ham there. A good opportunity for West Ham there. Bowen controls the ball down, plays it in behind for Saïd Benrahma, who gets in. He just tries to hit it across goal, maybe similar to Antonio's goal from the other day, just hitting it across the goalkeeper. But he's not quite far enough, and Gaeta gets down quick enough to stop it. I could see you fitting in well in Buenos Aires, Charlie, tucking in the chimichurri steak. Oh, yeah, steak. I heard the word steak. A bit before I was confused by it, but then I saw the word steak. Tango on a date night? What's not to like? It sounds like a grand old time. It sounds like a grand old time. I would be very down for it. Let's bop up. Let's bop up Buenos Aires, boys. Let's bop up. Jordan Knight, Stephen Warnick. Oh, well, yeah. There's a reason up. Yeah. Rebirth Blitz. Can I have a shout out? You can. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. Subscribe if you're around there, like the button, all that good stuff. But I hope you're good. I hope you're good. You know what I mean? Crystal Palace have got numbers forward, but not massive ones. Zaha with a good 1-2 gets into a decent position. Declan Rice dispossessing him. Zaha's very frustrated. Shockingly, Zaha's frustrated that he's not got a foul there and he's having a bit of a sad time. Ball play was played over the top. Antonio for a moment looked like he might be through. Gaeta comes very far out, looked very unconfident. And instead of Antonio pushing him, he just sort of let Gaeta get away with it as the defenders were there. Gaeta backs up until he's able to pick the ball up. But, you know, it is what it is. Has he? I did not see that. Clearly, because I would have answered it otherwise, but I saw it then. I apologize. I could have nipped that in the bud early, but I failed with that. Soufal doing well, battling there with Crystal Palace's left back and left midfielder, trying to get forward, trying to get into the positions where he can hit the ball in. Throw quick to Antonio. Bowen off. Big shoot. Big, just it went over. Who cares? It went over. An interesting opportunity. It was a throw in. Kufal takes it short. Antonio chests it down to Bowen, who attempts a little something. And the something did not pay off. But, he gave it a shot, and that's the important thing. Is it called a chimichurri? Is that how you pronounce it? Because I've heard that phrase before, but I've never known what it was. It's a South American marinade with garlic, herbs, or... Ooh, mate. Oh, Kirikos, do you want to go Buenos Aires just real quick? We'll just have a little bop over there, see what's going on, you know what I mean? Patrick Vieira should be coaching in the championship. Only players with unfulfilled careers turn out to be good at management. I have thought about that before. I have thought about, like, the idea that the worse you are as a player, the better you are as a manager. Because there are notable exceptions, Zinedine Zidane, for example. But a lot of the time when you see a manager and they're like, oh yeah, they had a playing career, and you look at it and they're bopping around in like the German third division, you're like, okay. So it's interesting. I have thought about that. My birthday today, and I have a 3 points, perfect present. Happy birthday, Scott. Scott, let me start again. Oh, Sean says, my birthday today, and I have 3 points today, perfect present. Happy birthday, Sean. I hope you have a good day. Everyone wish Sean a happy birthday, please. Very important. Everyone get in on that. And yes, it's a good time. Presents, you've provided for us all. You've provided for us all, Sean. To the Adams Family theme? What's the Adams Family theme? But just... Goofow's a beast. Goofow's a beast. Goofow's a beast. Goofow's a beast. Could do a bit of that, maybe. Could do a bit of that. You know what I mean? How's Dawson doing this game? Do you think he'll be replaced by Kurt Zouma in the starting 11? Yes, I do think he'll be replaced in the starting 11 by Kurt Zouma. How's he doing? Fine. I mean, everyone's playing pretty well today. There's not really been any notable exceptions, and no one's ever had a poor game. There was a brief moment earlier on. West Ham tries to cross the ball into no one. There was a brief moment early on where he did step out a bit far, and it allowed Crystal Palace into a decent opportunity, but it came to Christian Benteke, who ended up not doing anything with it. So, it was what it was. Outside of that, he's doing all right. He's certainly not having a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. I wouldn't sit here and be like, he's having a mare. He's having a mare, but it's not bad so far. Not bad. I'm happy with that. Jeffrey Steady, catch me up. CW, what did I miss? How did Fornals score? It was beautiful, bruv. I tell you what, you're gonna want to watch the goal, Jeffrey. You're gonna want to watch the goal. It was really nice one-touch link-up play between him and Antonio. Antonio had the ball in a good position. I thought he'd overrun it. The ball. So starting on the halfway line, it was counter-attack from West Ham United. Ben Rama plays the through ball through to Antonio. He had it. It was a good position, but I felt like he'd overrun it. I felt like it was a missed opportunity. But he steps over, pulls it back for Fornals. First touch back to Antonio. One touch back to Fornals, who then just has to pass it in because Gaeta stepped towards Mikel Antonio. It was a really, really good goal. You're gonna want to see it. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You're gonna want to go and see it because it was real good. What's the news on Zuma? As far as I know, the news on Zuma was well, as far as I'm aware, it's still happening, but just taking time. Whether or not we see that is another question. Goal kick for Crystal Palace. Goal kick. Goal kick for West Ham. Pardon me, I don't know why I said Crystal Palace. Goal kick for West Ham. As Zaha just runs it. He runs and runs and runs. Kufal just gets ahead of him, and it's rolls out. You're my idol, says Rebirth. Well, listen, there's probably better people to idolize. I won't really lie about it, but I appreciate it regardless. But there's definitely better people to idolize. Adam's family opinion. He took us from the bottom. He put us at the top. We really fucking love him. He's only David Moyes. I feel like Scott. I feel like there's something there. We could workshop this together. We'll put our combined brain forces together, and we'll make the bangingest chant of all time. Is David fucking Moyes? He's David Moyes. Oh, that's the problem. His name's not gone off syllables. Good opportunity for West Ham. Antonio and Ben Rama linking up. Couldn't quite find Kufal, and it's punted away in the most emphatic fashion by Crystal Palace. Benteke's somehow still got the ball at the other end. I assumed it just would have gone into nothingness because it was Benteke, but he's done relatively well. The whole game's caught up with him. West Ham have numbers back, including Mikel Antonio. Whereas Crystal Palace don't have as many people forward. Cresswell nips it off as a throw into Crystal Palace in a decent position. Rebirth sub. Thank you very much. Sub if you're new. Hey, listen, if you're liking the video, if you're enjoying the video, like it, subscribe, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. You know what I mean? Fornals seems to be really blossoming this year. Always been good, but seems to have gone to another level. We should be patient with Bowen on that alone. Yeah, that's totally fair. I think Bowen started so good, but he's having a good game. It's Pablo Fornals. He's having a good season. I really like Pablo Fornals. I had liked him something from the start, but he is having a good game. Crossed in, header back. Crystal Palace with a great opportunity. It's dribbled in somehow. Somehow it has dribbled in. It's Crystal Palace 1, West Ham United 1. I think it's Conor Gallagher with a goal. I honestly cannot tell you how that's ended up in the net. I'm going to have to watch the replay because I'm not entirely certain. It sort of just did. But it is 1-1. You hate to see it. It was a scrappy goal. It came sort of from what you would expect by Crystal Palace working it down the wings, but the ball is on the left-hand side. Crystal Palace play it out to Mitchell, who plays it in. Or IU headers it back across goal to Conor Gallagher, who's being tracked by Craig Dawson. It seems to be in such a nothing-y position, and yet somehow he just turns and hooks it with no real technique. And it ends up dribbling into the bottom left-hand corner. It was scrappy. It wasn't a perfect goal by any stretch of imagination. You're not going to sit there. It's not winning the Puskás Award anytime soon. I'll tell you that much. Fabianski gets a hand to it but can't stop it. It's just awkward and weird. It's just awkward and weird. But hey, if you're a Crystal Palace fan, you're not caring about his awkwardness or his weirdness. It's West Ham United 1. It's Crystal Palace 1. Somewhat against the run of play in general. I mean, Crystal Palace have been better in the second half than they were in the first. That is true. That is true. However, you would still argue that we've been, I don't know if we've been the better side in the second half, but we've certainly been better in general. We'll see how it goes. Again, we've shown before already this season that we're capable of taking it up levels, playing slightly differently, and stepping up gears that we haven't been to before. And so it's not the end of the world. A goal for Crystal Palace, it is what it is. It is what it is. This is my point, Jordan. A blip, our tough mentality will now kick in. Fair play to Crystal Palace. They forced the issue, and in the second half they've been significantly better than they were in the first. Zaha getting in a good position here. Souček. Oh no, it's not even Souček. It was Jarrod Bowen. Brilliantly done. Zaha took the ball past Kufal next to the corner flag and looked like he was going to be able to charge down the area. And Jarrod Bowen comes flying back and nips it away from him. Absolutely beautifully. Nick M says started with Dawson Fafin. I don't disagree with you, but I'm not going to blame Craig Dawson for that one, although I don't necessarily disagree with you there. Just re-looking at it there. It's far from perfect. It's far from perfect, but it wasn't the end of the world. I mean, like they've scored, they've had few chances, but they've sort of looked like they could potentially score. However, at this stage, we still looked like the better team. My stream has skipped in the wildest way possible. In that it's now saying West Ham are winning 1-0. We'll see. We will see. How have we been? Asks has. Good to see you for a start. How have we been? Only just checked in. By and large, we've been really good. Much the better side. Crystal Palace have only just scored, and it was very scrappy. And you would say so far we definitely should be leading. We've definitely been the better team. We've pressed really well. We've done a lot of really good things in this game. I'm really overall with the performance. I'm really happy. It's unfortunate they scored, but it is that. It's unfortunate. It's not a larger indication of anything else right now. We'll see how that plays out, but we'll see. We'll see. Got Gallagher in my PL. No thought about that. There you go. Congratulations, my friend. I'm glad for you. Get them points on the board. Do you know what I mean? You've got to get them points on the board. However they come, you take them, However they come, you take them. 62 minutes into the game. And West Ham have retaken where they were before. Declan Rice is in an amazing position in the area. A couple of step overs, tries to play it back across. Can't quite do it. It's corner for West Ham. West Ham has retaken up the mantra. I said mantra because I saw Jordan Knight say it. I meant to say mantle of being in control of this game, and it's good to see. It's good to see. It's a good comeback, like we were saying. It's the mentality of this team is good. When we've taken hits, we've stepped back up again. So it's good to see. But Jordan Knight says the Moyes finding the 2 points mantra could be found here. Moyes finding 2 points mantra could be found here. Yeah, finished 1-1 last year. Listen, you don't want to. If we were to draw here, you'd be disappointed by it. You'd be disappointed by it. Performance-wise, you'd be like, yeah, it's good, but you would say they probably got a little bit lucky. So corner coming in. Head away from Crystal Palace. Our corners have been atrocious today. They really have been. Again, I felt like that. It was early doors when I realized that we weren't going to score by crossing because there's just so many huge boys in this Crystal Palace team that stay back. But at the same time, corners have not been good. Good ball by Zaha, to be fair, out to Jordan Ayew, who just keeps it going and going and going. And Kufal's the one who ends up getting the block. But good play by Wilfried Zaha, the most overrated player in football. How do you feel about Ronaldo going to Manchester United? It's wild, man. It's just wild. The answer is I don't know how to feel about it. I think it's complete madness that it's happened, but it's happened. Can't wait to see him miss a pen against West Ham again. Did that? I think that was his last season with Man United. He missed that. So cheers. See you then. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just want Antonio to do more as my captain. Well, yeah, they get big points, but we need a second striker. We do very badly, Mark. I strongly agree. Very, very badly. Cornerman tries to manufacture something. Listen, it happens. It happens. It happens. My stream has gone down. I mean, Peacock has gone down. Can't tell you what's going on. Brandon, currently, I can't lie to you, mate. I'm trying to, but it's not happening. But again, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Kind of a big ting below my face. Big tings in that. I love this Spanish stream. I'll take that. Spanish comms, love that. Crystal Palace header just wide. There we go. We're back. We back watching on Peacock in North Carolina. Is what I'm doing currently. I'm so warm. Crystal Palace have certainly stepped up in the second half. Give them credit for that. They've certainly stepped up. They're looking for. They're not pressing as such. They're just getting the numbers forward in a decent enough way. So fair enough, because it wasn't good. That was a bad goal kick by Fabianski there. West Ham savour it, but flipping hell. We're punting it. We're getting a little bit panicky here. There's a lot of slight panic. There's signs of panic starting to settle in, which is not good to see. As Iron, it's good to see you, by the way. We need a goal kick quickly. We do. Also, West Ham Fan TV legendary picks. So good to see you as well. We need to do something here. We need to do something. So on Banerjee, this is where our lack of quality options from the bench hurts us. We have people on the bench, but it's just not. None of them are going to significantly change stuff. That's the problem. We have people on the bench who can score goals. We have people who can do that, but it's not going to change the style or anything else. That's the problem here. Mikel Antonio just being caught offside. Jeffrey, that's why I'm here, bruv. I came trying to look for you, but I went to the wrong one by mistake. You know what I mean? I went north and I was like, oh, Jeffrey, but I forgot you were south. So I'm just going to sit here. Again, it looks like my flat in London, but this is what it looks like, but it's not. I'm watching it on Peacock in North Carolina and no one can prove me otherwise. We have people on the bench. Isn't that a minimum expectation? Yes, but yeah, of course. I'm looking at this style, right? I'm looking at the game right now and I'm thinking we need to change stuff up. It's not a case of just bringing in a different individual because I don't think his individual performances are the issue. It's Crystal Palace have stepped up through the gears and are in a situation where they're now starting to get the better of us tactically. They're finding a lot more. And in that case, you want to be able to either change the tactics or step up with a different something off the bench, right? I don't think the individuals are the problem. I think you want to I don't know how to explain it, but you want to have someone on the bench who you can put on and it will be changing the dynamics. Like I think Yarmolenko would change the dynamics with Bowen, but at the same time, I don't know if that would be for the benefit or not, but we'll see. Big hoof up the pitch. Mikel Antonio finds himself in a good position, hits it first. Mikel Antonio is 2-1. It's 2-1. He found himself, he's doing the Kevin Nolan. He found himself in a fortunate good position. To be honest with you, that kid is living it. I don't, if you're watching it, you just saw a kid living football like not many people do. It was a long ball over the top. It was kind of aimless. It was kind of, to an extent, an aimless punt, vaguely in the direction of Mikel Antonio, who's backing into the defenders. It bounces off, I think that's Anderson. Yeah, it hits. Anderson tries to header it down. It bounces off Mikel Antonio's head perfectly into his path, who first time with his left foot pile drives it past Gaeta. It's West Ham United back in control. West Ham United 2, Crystal Palace 1. Listen. Am I going to sit here and act like that wasn't very lucky? No. Am I going to sit here and complain? You're damn right I'm not going to complain. It's West Ham United 2, it's Crystal Palace 1. Absolute scenes. And then we get a lovely Kevin Nolan chicken celebration to close it off. Do you know what I mean? Good stuff. Mikel Antonio, it's 2-1. Come on. Now's the time. Again, we've got it back now. We've got it back. We have it back in our control. I didn't think we were going to, but now's the time to not lose it. You know what I mean? Now's the time to not lose it. Crystal Palace are on the attack here straight away. Crystal Palace have gone for it. They're gunning for it. They've got a lot more people in the box than they did. It bobbles in. Gallagher. Back to Photoshop. It's 2-2. Just as quickly as West Ham score, they get back into it. It's 2-2. I tell you what, Crystal Palace have got significantly more people in and around the box in the second half, and they're getting into much better positions. And that is an example of what happens when you do. All you need is a little bit of luck, and it ends up in the net. Conor Gallagher turns, hits it. It's a good finish by Conor Gallagher, a very good finish. He gets his second of the afternoon for Crystal Palace. But it is West Ham United 2, Crystal Palace 2. Disappointingly, just pain. Crystal Palace work it down the left-hand side. Wilfred Zaha has the ball. Plays it into MacArthur. His cross is not good, and it's lucky to get to Conor Gallagher, who, let's be fair, Conor Gallagher, by the way, with a Cruyff turn, sends Dawson and Rice, who are on him. A Cruyff turn completely takes them both out and then hits it early before anyone can get to him to stop him. That's a real. To be fair, Conor Gallagher's done really well there. Like, you can't say he hasn't. He's taken both Rice and Dawson completely out of defending against him, and then he just slots it home as quickly as he can. He passes it into the net. Fair play. That's a really good finish by Conor Gallagher. Significantly better. His first one was lucky to an extent. That second one, far from it. The game is picked up significantly. 2 goals in about as many minutes. And it's West Ham United 2, Crystal Palace from 2. Dawson rubbish. Listen, Rice was equally at fault there. He wasn't at fault, but if we're going to start laying the blame, it can't just be at Dawson's feet. Both of them were there. Both of them got completely taken out of the game by Conor Gallagher. Rice was all over the shop for that one. He was going the wrong way. Someone said Rice totally. So I kind of agree with you. I can't lie. It's easy to sit here, win this, and we do have character. Yeah, this is a big game for us now. This went from, I think, early doors, we all felt like this would be an easy game, and that's fair enough. That's fair enough. You sit there and you go, okay, fair enough. It's an easy game. Like, we have a better team than them. We have a bit of spirit than them. We're playing better football than them. Everything just played into it, and there was a lot of confidence, right? We were all saying 3-1, 4-0. There were lots of big scorelines coming out. At this point, it's 2-2. Crystal Palace have shown up this half in a big way, much better than they had in the first. First half was all us. It literally wasn't anything but us. This second half, Crystal Palace, they're getting numbers forward. They're getting forward in decent ways as well. And this is now huge for us. This is now a big test. We need to show what we can do. Mikel Antonio's goal was lucky. We were taking it. Crystal Palace's was far from it. They forced the issue. The ball into Conor Gallagher was lucky. However, his finish was brilliant. Once Conor Gallagher got the ball, killed it. Absolutely killed it. Now's the time to step up. Now's the time to step up. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Sorry, Almighty. You've missed 2 goals. Can't deny or hide it. Dawson has not played well in the contest this season. I don't think he has, Jeffrey. I'm not going to say he's sit here and played well. Trust me, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we can all sit here and go, Dawson's bad, but we can maybe ignore the fact that Rice has been not very good. And in that situation, Rice and Dawson were equally in and around him. And you're like, one of you stop him. And actually, Dawson doesn't do horrendously there. I'm not saying he's played well this season. That's far from what I'm saying. And like I said, I would be happy with part of my happiness with Zuma is that he does instantly step into the defense with Ogbonna, and it improves us significantly. However, I think if we're looking at Dawson and saying he was the issue there, I don't think that's true. All of the players in the world were just tumbling over in a beautiful slow motion scene. It was almost don't even know what you want to say. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful to watch. Thank God we didn't get Lazio, PSV, or Lyon. Dawson would be blitzed by those sides. We would be blitzed, but we'll see. Again, look, it's time to step up here. Now's the time to step up. Crystal Palace have a free kick in a good position. And we are at 6s and 7s, and they have the game in control. They have the game in their hands. Now's the time to show up. Now's when you earn the respect. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about everyone from the people on the pitch to David Moyes. Now's the time when you earn the respect. You have to decide how do we approach Crystal Palace. It's in the 6-yard box, is booted high up and away, not really with any sort of conviction. Crystal Palace, we're battling. This game is getting scrappier by the second. Saïd Benrahma does well. He's broken away. Good opportunity for West Ham, but he mishits the pass. Antonio adjusts from Benrahma's missed hit pass and then passes it straight into a Crystal Palace player. By straight in, I mean it literally could not have been more central to the player's body mass if it tried. We'll see. We'll see. Major spicy. It's because you aren't eating any oranges, says Sean. That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm sorry. I'll get some Lucozade in me. Maybe that'll help. It's orange flavor. Do you know what I mean? It's orange flavor. I wish it was a mistake on my behalf. I just didn't. We're getting food tomorrow. So what can I do? You know. It just tastes not what I expect. Need Antonio score again. FPL for my captain. Well, there you go. Mr. Pardew, how dare you? We scored 2. We'll see. Declan Rice with a please. Declan Rice, please. My boy. That was Declan Rice had the ball basically in the center circle, tries to spray it in a nice way out wide. And it was complete and utter trash. Complete and utter trash. But what can you do? What can you do? Shit happens. We need a backup striker now. We do. Very strongly agree. Performance links to Weston McKennie. I don't believe it, but it got me buzzing. I can see that. I don't know enough about McKennie to say anything. I've seen him play, but I wouldn't say I know Weston McKennie. What I would say is reputation, just on reputation alone, as opposed to anything else. What the hell was that? I apologize. Pardon me. I don't know what that was. Just on reputation alone, yes. Would it? No. Yeah. West Ham now are pushing a little bit more, trying to get into the areas a little bit more. Still not in the exact same way we were in the first half, but we're gaining opportunity. We're gaining ground. Is what I will say. Throw in deep in Crystal Palace's half from West Ham. On the left-hand side, Aaron Cresswell's come across to take it. Maybe it might be time for a substitution at this point. If it wasn't before, it might be now. Just to change something up. As I say that, it cuts to Manuel Lanzini on the sidelines, having a conversation with Kevin Nolan. I'd be interested to see who Lanzini comes on for. This is the problem. We don't have any... We have people who can score, but we don't have game changers on the bench. People who are going to significantly shift the way the game works. I'll be interested to see where Lanzini comes on and who Lanzini comes on for. If Saidi's coming off, I'm going to sleep. Well, you know, there's another goal in this. Lanzini, yeah. There's another goal in this. Strongly agree. I think there is. If we could predict the future, I would say we sign Mbappe. Never going to happen, but it'd be beautiful to see. We've got Antonio. What do we need Kylian for? You know what I mean? I saw who was it? Weston is an American sea trick. Well, in that sense, get him in. Jared Bowen is the one making way. So we're at 78 minutes. Jared Bowen is the one who is making way for Manuel Lanzini. An interesting sub. A very interesting sub. Sorry about that loud noise. I punched the spoon. We'll see how it plays out. I'm going to reserve judgment on it. Doesn't feel... I don't know. It doesn't know. You ask, like, I'm going to go, oh, wait, yeah, sorry, hang on. Like, I can't, obviously. YouTube will kill me. We'll see. I'll reserve judgment and see what happens. See how it vibes. See what changes. Crystal Palace deserve a lot of respect for this second half performance, by the way. They really have. They've gone... They saw what needs to be changed. They changed it. They stepped up a gear. And they've made us pay. Their first goal was scrappy, but our second goal was scrappy. And their second goal was very good. So, Diego asking if I can put the time. The time is 79 minutes and 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Unfortunately, with the program I use, I can't pull it up in a way that I like, that looks good. There's ways I could do it, but there's not ways where I think it looks nice. That might change in the future, so subscribe because I've got some ideas. But for now, unfortunately, I cannot do a timer in that sense. We need a goal and we need a goal now. Yeah, sooner the better. Sooner the better. Here's the worst match. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. It's not been great overall in the second half, has it? So I'll be interested to see what Gio's reviews like at halftime, full time, sorry. Which will, of course, be coming up straight after this. If you stick around, I'll put the link in the chat. I'll be interested to see what he says. Yeah, I agree. I mean, if anyone saw the original watch-alongs we did, you would have seen we had everything. We had timers, we had scores, we had donation things, we had a full thing. It looked really good, but we just seeing as we changed once we changed format and changed software, we can no longer do the timer. I want to bring it back. I'm probably going to change back to the old software eventually. I just don't know when or how at this point, but we'll see. We'll see, because I want to bring all that stuff back because I'm not super happy with the way this looks. I've made it look as good as I can, but I'm not ecstatic about it. Aaron Cresswell out on the left-hand side plays it inwards to Declan Rice. West Ham are trying to work their way again. They're regaining control of this game here, but it feels more like Crystal Palace are reverting to type, sort of sitting a bit deeper, not trying to press as much, not trying to push as much. So West Ham are gaining a lot of ground. They're gaining a lot of ground and gaining a lot of possession of the ball in good areas as well. For example, Declan Rice now has on the outside the box, plays it out to Kufau, tries to loft it in. Fornals and Gallagher battling for it. Can't quite. Declan Rice trying his best to do something with the ball. Can't quite. And it's a goal kick for Crystal Palace. I could hang a real timer behind me, yeah, like the clock end at Arsenal. Could do that. Do you know what? It's not the worst show in the world. I build a physical set on no budget that we have. We don't have any budget, but I could build an actual physical set. Or people could just ask you to time sync it. I mean, that's another option. That's another option. Could do. Yeah, I would go as far as to say usually do. Also, games like today where you have to refresh Peacock and look for the different link on Peacock to watch it. It's also difficult to time, but here's what it is. Where's Lanzini? It's a good question. He's playing on the far left. Ben Rama's taking up the right. Ben Rama. I think what's happened here, or maybe actually, I'm looking at it now. Maybe Ben Rama's taken up the Fornals role in the middle. Fornals has gone on to the right, and Lanzini's gone on to the left, I think. I mean, it's a very fluid three behind the striker with those three, so I suspect they'll be moving around, but you know, lofted cross into the box. Cresswell collects it on the opposite side. It literally does nothing. Jordan Ayew and Cresswell battling for the ball. Ayew collects it. Tries to do a little something. West Ham win the throw in. Throw in on the left-hand side, deep into enemy territory. Played quickly. Ben Rama collects it. Rice. West Ham are trying to play the ball across. It's a poor pass by Fornals, but Kufau collects it regardless. The crossing wasn't anything to write home about in Crystal Palace. Punt it up the field. If you're saying at this point, right, so the half up until this point, up until the last 5-10 minutes, you would say Crystal Palace were definitely the better teams, right? But now, the last 10 minutes, you're saying if someone's going to score here, it's West Ham. We have all of the possession. We have all of the territory. We are in Crystal Palace's half, basically non-stop passing it around, looking for something. Again, we keep playing it out as a Cresswell and Kufau, expecting something to happen. But if we're being completely blunt, brutally honest, we are not going to score from a corner in this game. Crystal Palace has too many people in the box. They're too big. And Antonio hasn't scored a header in about 5 years. So, which is weird, which is wild, because Man used to be a header merchant and now it just doesn't happen. So I highly, highly, highly doubt it's going to come from a lofted cross into the box. In which case, if you're looking at it and you're saying that's not going to happen, you have some options. You either stop trying to just punt it into the box. You try to, maybe you pull it back instead across the ground. Maybe you try to play through centrally instead. Again, we have Fornals, we have Lanzini, we have Ben Rama. These are people who can do something in that area. By the way, it's a brief moment in play for Kyoto, who's down receiving treatment. With those people in there, we can do something in and around the edge of the box centrally, and that's maybe where we should be looking instead of looking for Cresswell and Kufau, where they, don't get me wrong, they're getting a lot of success, they're getting a lot of possession in those areas, but that's because Crystal Palace are fine with us having possession in those areas. They play it out they allow us to play it out to our fullbacks who have come all the way forward to cross the ball, leaving us exposed at the back, because they know they have about 18 foot, 18-foot players just standing in the middle going, waiting for it. And it's like, it's not going to happen. So you have to change it up. Andrei Yarmolenko is about to come on. Interesting. We'll see who he comes on for. I tell you what, as much as I think Cheku Kiyate is an absolute, he's not very good. I do just like him, even if I don't think he's that good. Do you still think there's another goal in this? I do, but it's getting near to the point where Crystal Palace are all out defending, and we're just going to go, will it? Won't happen. I do think there is an opportunity. It's going to come. There will be another big opportunity in this game for either side, but time is, of course, of the essence. We're in 86th minute, about to be the 87th. Yeah. Only true fans remember when Antonio had the header trait. Yeah, bruv, it's been a long time. It's been a long, long time. Beautiful to see, though. There's 320 of you in here at the moment, which I appreciate. Remember, like the video, subscribe if you're around here, all that good stuff. I really appreciate you coming. We do watch-alongs for every single West Ham game. Home and away, we're always here. We'll be here for the big European game in the past 2.5 weeks when we go up against Zagreb. So come get involved. I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. West Ham, the game gets underway. 251 likes. Big plays. Big plays. Dangerously close to last week's total of 300 and something. Dangerously close. West Ham is a good opportunity. Declan Rice, who's not really doing much with it. Yarmolenko hits it. High and wide. Rangefinder for Yarmolenko. Declan Rice collected the ball just outside the area. He runs into danger, and his pass to Yarmolenko was very much, you can have the ball now because I can't do anything with it. And Yarmolenko hits it from range, and it's just not happening. It's just not happening for him. It's just, we'll see. This is why you substitute him on early, so he actually has the opportunity to step into that role and to have range finders, that it not be the end of the world. Do you know what I mean? We'll see, though. Crystal Palace making substitutions now. MacArthur coming off for your boy, the most amazingly named man in football, Jeffrey Schlupp. Well, boy. I love him, purely for his name. Also for his footballing ability, but purely for the name as well. 88 minutes on the clock. It's tight. Crystal Palace have conceded basically all of the game for the last 10-15 minutes. They really have just stepped completely off us and are fully 100% allowing us to live our best life. They're like, do you know what? You just do it, because they're confident. You know, they know that we're going to work it out to the right and left backs who've got forward to cross, and they know they're going to be able to deal with that. We need to show something a little bit different. And maybe in that sense, it's good to bring on Yarmolenko, who can do a little bit different. But again, it's very late to do that. Remember, Gio will be live in just a moment after the game is finished. Almost as soon as the game is finished, Gio will be live to do a match review. I'll spam that link in the chat so you can click it. You don't have to do any work trying to find it. It will just be here for you. What a time to be alive that'll be. Crystal Palace enjoying a bit of possession here as the game is coming slowly to a conclusion. 89 minutes on the clock now. It's a throw in for Crystal Palace deep in West Ham's half. On the right-hand side, Joel Ward taking it. Thoughts on Zuma? I really like him. I hope he comes in. Is it the answer to all of our problems? No. Is it too much money? Probably. But is he as a player good? Yes, and he does improve us. So I would happily take Kurt Zuma. And you look today, again, we've conceded 2 today. Even though we've scored 2, we've conceded 2. And you think, well, we need to improve our defense then, right? This is why we need Lingard. Benrahma is not consistent. I would disagree with that. I don't think that's necessarily the issue here. I think Benrahma's played a relatively decent game today. I also think Lingard, the one thing I will say about Lingard is it gives us an option on the bench who significantly can change our tactics. Because if we then have to go to all-out defense, he can play counter-attacking football very, very, very well. Whereas Ben Rama is not as used to doing that. But again, maybe Ben Rama wouldn't be the person you fall back on. I don't know. Am I the only person who's livid they scored 2-2? Why is it always us? I'm pissed, Harry. I can't lie about it. Their first one was very... Both of them had elements of luck. The first one was like... And this is to answer Sebastian's question as well, for some pants performance. As we go into extra time here, both of their goals had elements of luck to it. The first one was just scrappy and weird, and it shouldn't have ended up bobbling into the net, but it did. The second one, the cross shouldn't have been allowed to get in to the area. Once Conor Gallagher got it, he does it incredibly well. Cruyff turn, takes Rice and Dawson out of the game, slots at home. Beautiful stuff, but getting that was bad. Declan Rice for a yellow card for what was ultimately one of the more clumsy things I've ever seen him do. Declan Rice has been bad today. First half, whatever. Second half, actively not been very good. That's not to blame him for the performance. Don't think I'm doing that. That's not me saying Declan Rice is the problem here. I'm just saying that it wasn't quite the thing. That's a great question. Flat 42. Now is the time for the Hammers chat watch along comment section to let the people know who is your man of the match today. Whoever has the most amount of votes will win the award. And by the award, I mean, we'll mention it here and then never bring it up again, but that's fine. Let me know who your man of the matches are. Once again, I will say this just as we're coming to a conclusion here. It is Crystal Palace. It's a Crystal Palace free kick in a good position, headed over. Once again, I will say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. There's more of you in here than there usually are, and I appreciate that. I know it's because it's Saturday here. I've got kickoff and there's nothing on. So regardless, 257 likes. Thank you so much. Remember, like the video, subscribe if you're new around here, all that good stuff. Gio will be live in just a minute with a review that I will spam in the chat so you don't have to do a thing. You don't have to do an absolute thing. Right, let's see. What are we saying for these Man of the Match awards then, huh? Gallagher. I'm scrolling down just because I'm just trying to check, make sure. Man of the match, Gallagher. Cancel my match of the day recording. Fair. Gallagher again. Gallagher. Conor Gallagher. Me. Yes. Disagree strongly, but I'll take it. Duvet Dance. Thank you very much. No voting for any West Ham player. Yeah, I don't think anyone else is, to be honest. The brave men and women guard in the stands. Bless them for their service. Well, listen. The stands, you got to defend them with maximum zeal. Gallagher. The op need a partner. We need Zuma, says Vincent. Fair enough. Let's see his wife. Antonio, man of the match, is the first one. But I think at this point, to be honest, chance to see great for Crystal Palace fan. At this point, it's Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher, congratulations. The first away player to win man of the match. The first up opposition player, I should say, to win man of the match in the Hammers chat live watch along chat man of the match competition. Congratulations, Conor Gallagher. First goal scrappy, second goal very good stuff from him. Benteke again just wasting opportunities for Crystal Palace in a big way. We are less than a minute to go here. It is 2-2 still. A tumble from Crystal Palace. West Ham maintain possession. Lanzini plays it out. This is such a good opportunity. Antonio's there. He's maybe taken slightly too long in the pass. Mikhail. A golden opportunity at the end. Lanzini collects the ball, wriggles past Gallagher, plays a beautiful ball into Antonio, who should have hit it earlier to Ben Rama, but he just takes a touch that was slightly too heavy. Mitchell was covering Ben Rama. It shakes him out. He gets just a bit too scared to make that pass, and then his pass ends up being behind him. Very frustrating. Very frustrating. It is what it is. Remember, I'm here for the watch-alongs every single match day. Come get involved. I would love to see you more often. I'd love to see you come. I just more people. You know what I mean? We can all have fun together. Oranges will be back. A drop ball. A drop ball. Guy to picks up. Thank you very much, West Ham. Thank you, Pixel. I appreciate it. Good to see you as always. Good to see you as always. First touch was a little heavy. Yeah, it was. I think that's what let him off. He got a bit skewed around. ladies and gentlemen, Gio, if you hear this, spam the link in the chat. I'm grabbing it now. Ladies and gentlemen, that is full time here. It ends West Ham United 2, Crystal Palace 2. Frustrating when it could have been so much more. Gio will be live in just a minute with the review. I'm getting the link for you now, so you can all go off and see that. It is on our channel. It was on our channel now. He has not started. Here is the link. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining. Remember, like the video if you're new right here, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Do go across and enjoy the review Gio is about to do. He's about to go and chat and have a big conversation about what the heck just happened. Thank you very much for watching. Come on, you irons, and until next time, we'll see you then. Bye.